Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on, family? What's going on, family? What's going on over here on TikTok? What's up on Instagram? What's up on Facebook? And what's up on YouTube? Why don't you beautiful people let me know who's tapping in with me on tonight before I proceed so that I can acknowledge you and address you correctly, okay? What's going on? Who's tapping in with me on today? Okay? Let me know who you are and where you tapping in with me from on tonight. I'm not going to try to be here too long, but I'm going to be here to do my assignment, okay? That's what I am going to do. Hey, Sister Jill, I want to greet you guys properly. You guys don't mind sharing this out, that would be greatly appreciated. You guys don't mind tagging somebody, inviting somebody, whether they come or not, it's not up to us. You know, our job is just to make sure that we do our part and just simply share. Okay? Hey, everybody. What's good, brother? What's good? I see you over here. DJ Bland 75. What's going on? King of the Weights. Sister Dana from Jersey. What's going on? What's up, TikTok? What's going on? If y'all don't mind putting some hearts up there to the top and get me in the For You page, help me beat the algorithm. That will be greatly appreciated, okay? Daylin's really jokey Carter. Hey, what's going on? Charge it to my head, not to my heart if I mispronounce your name, okay? I'm sorry. At 65E Miracle, what's going on? I see you in the building. Definitely. Y'all representing over here on TikTok with the hearts. I appreciate you. You know, I'm going to ask again, whether you are on YouTube, Facebook, whether you are on TikTok or Instagram, if you don't mind sharing this with somebody. My thing is this. Hey, what's going on, bro? What's up, brother? Love you too so very much. Can't share, only send button. Okay, it's cool. Hello, Tamaris. Lawanda. Oh, Lawanda. Okay, I got that one. What's going on, sis? All right, y'all. So look, I'm not going to be here very long, okay? I shared a lot last night about what's going on, what's happening. My job is a watchman. For those who don't know, my name is Dr. Tawana Worlds, okay? I'm going to introduce myself and present myself to others. But I'm going to say this. I am a watchman on the wall. You can also call me or identify me as being the disruptor, okay? I do not just go along with the flow, everybody. I have my own mind to think. I have my own body, feet, hands, mouth to utilize at my own accord. I'm not under the control or domain or dominion of anybody. I'm powered by the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the spirit of the living God, okay? I'm a servant. I'm an ambassador. So I come by here to sound the alarm for all people because we are all his creation. Nevertheless, I'm sent for the children. In the original dialect, it's called the wee ass. I'm sent for the wee asses. I'm sent for the sons of God. That's who I'm sent for. Those who have an ear to hear will hear what the Father is saying to them, okay? And most of you guys know me as coming by here sharing, business knowledge and information, education on how you can, get your family preserved and prepared, set up generational wealth. I always come by here on that tip. But tonight and moving forward for the next couple of days until my assignment is complete, I'm going to come by here and I'm going to prophesy to y'all a word from the word, okay? Not my word, as a watchman. My job is to let you know what dangers are coming ahead as a watchman. A watchman sits in a watchtower. A watchman sits in a very high place so that they can see the whole scope. Anybody ever flown on an airplane know exactly what I'm saying. There are two different viewpoints. When we're down on the ground, we can only see, as far as we can see here. But when we get up here, we can see broader, we can see wider, we can see further. And that's what I have realized. When I'm down on the ground, a mountain looks like a mountain. It looks like it cannot be conquered. It looks too big. It looks too powerful. But when I'm up there in the air, a mountain looks like a molehill, literally. Different viewpoints. So a watchman stands on a watchtower. Their job is to protect the citizens in the kingdom. Before trouble even get in, the watchman is supposed to see afar off and then alert so that people get in position on the inside in case we come under siege. Y'all following me? So that is what I'm here for. That's what I wanted to break down tonight before I just start talking, so that I can bring some clarity and make some sense of some things. Now I do, and I have already realized and recognized that I'm not here for everybody. Like I said, we're all his creation, but we are not all his children. We're all his creation, but we're not all his children. He said, my sheep, mines, they hear my voice, mines. So that's who I'm here for on tonight. But I'm also here to sound the alarm for those that they just lost right now. There's a lot of people that don't know what to do. I want to let you know that there is hope in my kingdom. And the reason why I titled this, Get Your Family and Get to Goshen, because that is the most critical, most important thing that we can do right now in this hour. A lot of people don't know, what Passover is. So I'm here to enlighten you about what Passover is, that there are certain appointed times and seasons that the Most High God has put into place for us to remember. The world tries to trick us up and trap us up, and they're getting prepared for people to participate in Easter. And if y'all want to fight on tonight, we can, okay? Because I got my gloves on. I don't care about stepping on no religious toes. I don't care about ruffling no feathers. The God that I serve and the kingdom that I come from will never take anything paganistic in origin and use it. And I don't care what's in your heart, because people will say all day long, well, he knows my heart. He absolutely does. He knows how wicked it is. He said the heart is deceitfully wicked. That's why our heart get us in trouble. It have us dating the wrong people. It have us hooking up with the wrong people, because our heart is deceptive. Our heart makes us think that we're doing right when we're doing wrong. Our heart will have us calling light dark and dark light. Our heart will have us, partnering with evil and not standing for righteousness. Our heart, and trust me, I got a big, good heart, and I had to swallow this pill myself because my heart has got me into trouble. The heart is deceitfully wicked. Who can discern the intent of the heart? Nobody. We think we be doing good things, and absolutely we be doing wrong things, bad things. So yes, God does know the heart. He knows how wicked it is. That's what he do know. And also he knew David's heart when he told David, thou shalt not murder. And he went out there and killed Bathsheba's husband. His child still had to die. He also knew the heart of the man that he told not to touch the Ark of the Covenant unless you was ordained and predestined to go ahead and touch it. And so when the man tried to grab it to stop it from falling, he died. He knew his heart as well. He knew Moses' heart when he told Moses to go ahead and speak to the rock, and Moses struck the rock. He knew his heart too. He so much so knew his heart that he had to miss the promised land because he did that. Okay, so I just want to correct that real quick. For all of those say he know my heart. The bunny and the Savior has nothing in common whatsoever. And so the world will have you focusing on the bunny rabbit and Easter. But this is a real, absolute important time. It is a critical time. And I'm here to just come by and tell y'all right now that this Passover, and see, the devil is a deceiver. He's a mimicker. He's a copycat. He cannot do anything on his own accord. He cannot do anything original, okay, whatsoever. So he's a copycat, period. During Passover, when we're supposed to keep the ordinances of God and remember this day, okay? Read it for me. Zuzer 9.99. I'm going to keep on going because you read it for me, okay? You read it first, and then I'll read it after you. But God is the original. Satan is a deceiver. So when he tells us, for us and our generations to remember him and keep his ordinances, then you have the enemy that will come in with something sideways and say, hey, no, worship this and practice this. And now we're participating in idolatry. And this is where we continue to go wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. And it was set up that way to keep us in direct disobedience to the Most High God. And so today I want to say this. I have been grievous in my spirit. Before even leading up to this point, I knew that this was going to be via the Holy Spirit. I knew that this Passover was going to be like no other. I'm not the only one saying that. And you have a lot of people out here saying a lot of things. You have a lot of people like this Zozer's 9.99 over here that's just trapped and bound in religion. And you know what? People are dying. And there will be a lot more deaths. The destroyer is roaming the earth, the world. We don't have time for games, not in this season. And anybody that knows me and has been following me for a very long time know that I only gonna come on here and say what he said when he said say it. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm not looking for clout. I can care less about your clout. I came with my own like, so yours is extra. I'm rooted and I'm firmly planted in him. So all this other stuff that people usually going after and making, trying to get attention, I'm not that woman. I'm not that one. My head is set like flint. So your looks don't intimidate me. Your words don't intimidate me. None of that. I'm not what you used to. I'm not what you used to seeing in the church. I am the kingdom of God. I am a lioness of the Lord. I roar. I'm a watchman for the Lord, okay? That's who I am. And if you think it's a game on tonight, then may the Lord execute judgment on you. That's just what it is. And some people may say, dang, why you just go in like that on people? Because I can. I have the ability to do so. That's why. Just like Elijah and all the other prophets. When the young boys began to mock him, and he said, let 2 she-bears come out and devour them. Because I can. I can turn the sword either way I want to. I can show you the lion or the lamb. You can have it your way. And today is just not a day that I'm playing with any devil. It is a real critical time. It's serious. And as much as I come by here and I serve and I give and I tell y'all which moves and which plays that we need to do, I'm going to give y'all this good old truth. And you ain't no devil in hell. You understand me up over here on all of these platforms. I'm never going to play with a devil. I will cut your head off in the realm of the spirit. I know what to do with you, Satan. That's what I do. And I will infect and enforce my God-given authority in Christ against you. So if you're looking for TikToks and Instagrams and YouTubes and Facebooks to jump on and be a clown, then you're going to be a clown today. You're going to be a bound clown, okay? I'm just saying that. Social media give too many people, some type of pump up juice where they think that they can just jump on here and say all manner of things to people, not knowing who they are. And I'm gonna tell you right now that I am his anointed. So you touch me if you want to, he gonna touch you back. That's all I'm gonna say. This is not an hour or a season where I'm gonna be fighting battles. My battles are not against human beings and flesh and blood. I'm over here waging war and binding up principalities and powers. I'm fighting systems. Nice try. You going across the street, I'm going across the world. So you're not fighting against me. You're fighting against the one who sent me. Your hands are way too short to box with him. Period. So let me just keep on moving. This is a critical time for us as a world globally. And as I was saying before today the weight of what's coming was released upon me. Because not only am I a watchman, I'm an intercessor. I've been an intercessor. I was born an intercessor. I ran from my call just so that I can intercede for God's creation. And the reason why I do the work that I do, to be honest with you, is because he sent me. You cannot even cross my path unless it is divinely ordained. Trust and believe that. There is a prayer shield I decree and declare every day. Who comes into my life and who do not. So if somebody invited you, trust and believe, and you jumped up on here, it's by divine appointment. Because I was sent to you. I have paid for this anointing and this calling with my whole entire life, and will continue to pay for it until the rest of my days here. But I have committed and made that decision in my heart and settled it. Whether you're worth it or not, if I believe that, he believes that you are worth it. And therefore, he says, I look for one man in the earth that will stand in the gap and build up a hedge for my people. So if other people don't want to, Tawana said yes a long time ago. A long time ago. And I still say yes afresh every day. My message have never changed. You can go all the way back to 2009 when I got on Facebook, when I got on these platforms. Never changes. I never have changed, and I never will. And I am led by the Spirit, not by my flesh and not by no man. Don't no man control me. That's why I do what I do. The very programs that I have put together, they are God inspired and God backed. Do you understand me? Because I didn't have time to go to God and say, what kind of job can I get? A job is not going to preserve my family. It barely provides. It's just over broke. A job is not going to set up my family. You open my eyes and you allow me to see what's getting ready to happen. A job ain't going to be sufficient enough for me. So, Father, I need you. And when I tell you that I had to pray for an entire year, it wasn't just so readily given to me. I had to pray and make myself ready for what I was getting ready to come into. And the first thing he started working on is me. Fix your credit. You want to be trusted with true riches. Be faithful with that unrighteous mammon. Pay back your debts. I said, owe no man nothing but to love them. Pay your bills on time. Be disciplined. It came with a price. And I prayed, and when he saw that I was fit, then he went on ahead and gave it to me and released it to me. But it was not given to me so easily. I needed to know not only for my family, how do I help your people? Because God is never just concerned about my family or your family. He's concerned about his body, his children, his sheep. He's concerned about that. So I couldn't go to him and be like, oh, okay, well, just my family. How could I go to him and say, okay, well, it's just me and my family and we're going to be good and then everybody else going to perish and I'm going to be good with that? No, that is not how the Father operates. And that's why he keeps pleading with people. That's why he keep pleading with people. That's why he keeps sending his servants to keep pleading with people. Because his love is strong. It chases you down. It fights till you're found. He will leave the 99 for one for just you. He keeps on begging and beckoning and reckoning and pulling and drawing and wooing and showing himself mighty on your behalf, and you do not want to serve or obey or trust him, and therefore lots of people will perish. Last year when I was begging, because I'm like a Moses in the spirit. And let me be clear and elaborate on what I mean by that. Moses was a leader that was raised up for the nation. And the nation was hard-headed and stiff-necked as they are now. They did not want to go worship God. They wanted to worship in Egypt. When God delivered them with his strong hand, let me tell y'all something. Let me break this thing down like a 12-gauge shotgun. Now, they were in captivity and bondage and slavery and all kind of hard, tumultuous labor. I mean, and they cried out for 400 years. But when 400 years was up, God rose up a leader. And Moses had to go through some hell. But he was raised up for them. And then, once he was raised up for them, he said, now it's time for your exodus. Go tell the people that I've heard they cry. It's time to go. But before you go, go to all the Egyptians and take back their gold and their silver and their raiment. And where I'm leading you, your clothes won't wear out. I will feed you manna from heaven. I'm your God. I know your mentality been so used to being Egyptian mentality, slave mentality, working but never producing, working but never producing. That was their cry, that all this hard labor and hard toil and we never have anything for us. We're popping out kids faster than we can breathe or we can blink for them, just for them to be enlisted into the army of slavery. So they begin to raise up a cry. And so Moses came on the scene and said, look, these people that have oppressed you for these 400 years, now I'm about to judge them for oppressing you. I want you to go and I want you to plunder them. I want you to take back everything over these 400 years that have been stolen from you. And they ain't going to put up no fight. And then I want you to go in your houses, because I'm getting ready to start a few of these plagues now. And I want you to offer me a sacrifice of a lamb. And I want you to follow my specific instructions. They didn't get to pick and choose what instructions they was going to follow. This is how it's going to be. When you sacrifice that lamb, you and your family must eat it all. If you have anything left over, share it with the neighbors. Drain his blood out this way. Take the blood that you drain and put it on the doorpost. Specific instructions. And because they followed those specific instructions, when the angel of death struck at midnight, they were preserved. And that is what the story of Passover is all about, just to bring you up to speed. Now, here we are. Because after they were delivered, and he set them free and did all these miraculous things for them by his strong hand, they began to complain. It was better for us to stay in Egypt. At least we had meat over there. Yes, we were slaves, but we had something to eat. It was better for us to stay in Egypt. All the gold he had them confiscate, they turned around and made them a golden idol and then gave homage to the golden idol and said the golden idol brought them out. Rebellious. They wanted help, but they didn't want sacrifice, and they didn't want discipline, and they didn't want obedience. So then God gave a command that his children will go back into captivity. So a lot of us, we the people, don't understand that we are really the Hebrew Israelites. We still the same Judah today that we was then. Still hard-headed, whoring after other gods. We want everything else. We wanted Joe Biden. We wanted, politics. We wanted the ancestors. We wanted all of this stuff. And the Father has been compelling us to come back and return to me. When you do, I will heal you. I want you to know that I'm the God over the plague. So what you see happening, the banking crisis and all of that stuff, that's not man's doing. The shortage of food, the inflation, that's not man's doing. It's a plague to get us to what? Humble ourselves. Turn from our wicked ways. Seek his face. And he will hear us. And one thing about me is I'm a modern day Berean. I always study the word. This is not something that some pastor and preached to me and I'm regurgitating it to you. No, I don't even receive anything from a pastor unless I fact checked it in the word. And if my spirit don't bear witness with it, because I do know that the pen of the scribes are in vain and they went in and they tampered with the word of God. Nevertheless, I have the Spirit who is my counselor, leads me and guides me into all truth, so I know what is and what is not. Right? Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm trying to get something out of my tooth. Shame on me. I was eating some seeds, so that's why y'all keep seeing me do that. Nevertheless, this is a window of opportunity that the Most High is giving to us again during Passover. And he's been beckoning us and calling us and allowing us to see things that are coming ahead of us. And this has all been written before we were even born into this world. I don't care what you believe. Even if you are atheist, put you in the ocean and surround you by a whole bunch of sharks, you'll try God at that moment. You really will. God, if you real, save me. And more than likely, those are the type of situations that he liked to move mightily and perform his miracles. God is not moved by anything that is going on. But one thing that he says in his word is that I send plagues and I send famine. And when you see these things, if my people, that lets you know the whole world is not his, it's his creation. But he was very distinct in how he spoke, why he was identified as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There was a distinction. There are many gods, but that is the Almighty God. Why was he the God of the bruised, the Hebrews, the Israelites? Why was he identified and distinguished as that God? Why did he say, my people that are called by my name, right? Because he has a chosen people. Why did he say, I only came for the lost sheep of Israel, not the whole world? Why? It's a reason for all of that. And the very people that he's been seeking after and drawing and loving on and being merciful to is the very people that still want to continue to dibble and dabble in dumb stuff and go after idols and go after all of these things. They would rather burn sage than pray. And sage don't ward off no demon. How could smoke and garlic and herbs ward off a spirit? Make this make sense. They would rather get dream catchers than pray. But I'm telling you, the whole entire world is about to see and know the God of the heavens. A lot of people want to worship the universe. But see, I worship the God of the heavens, the God who created the universe, not the universe. I don't want to worship his creation. I want to worship the Creator. And Satan, the Lord rebukes you, Chris 06, you lying demonic spirit. You ain't saw me shopping at no Dollar Tree. I don't even shop at Dollar Tree. How about that? I use DoorDash and Instacart. Boom. Now get on up out of here, Satan, the Lord rebukes you. And stop lying. Back to this. I got time today. Trust me. Any demon run up, I got time today. I do. Satan did send you. He's a deceiver. He'll send you over here and get yourself all messed up and wrecked up by you trying to be entertaining and by you trying to be a comedian. Because you done ranked up on the wrong person in the wrong lane. It's not here to play with you. This ain't TikTok. This is a platform for the gospel, for the truth to go forward. I'm just utilizing this platform. But you play too much. You're going to mess around and get yourself burnt up, buddy. Spiritually speaking. It's one thing about me. I'm not going to ever play with a demon because the demon ain't playing with me. You ain't sworn you saw nobody. You lying. That's a lying spirit. I could have swore I saw you. Yeah, you funny. Joke's on you, though. Okay? That's what I will say. Learn how to discern and use discernment about who you playing with. Y'all got to watch this TikTok stuff. And y'all got to watch this YouTube stuff. Y'all do too much. Now, I could have sworn that you was a whole entire lie. Stop that. That's why I'm here tonight. Get your house in order. Stop playing games. God is not playing games, whether you believe that or not, and whether you hear or forbear. My job is to tell you when he sent me. He said they ain't going to listen to you because they don't listen to me. Nevertheless, you better tell them that I said what I said. I'm going to hold you accountable for their blood. If they die in their sins, you won't be accountable. And guess what? You ain't that important to me. I'm not going to be out here going through hell and then die and go to hell because of your blood. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. And any spirit contrary to the spirit of the living God that want to rise up and rouse up and get themselves cut up or whatever the case may be, trust me, I'm a warrior for that too. All power and authority has been given unto me over all the works of the enemy. All of them. Okay? Yep. You don't got to worry about my child. And let me go ahead and block you in a minute. That's what I am going to say. Satan sent you, but I'm going to send you right back. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. That's what I'm going to say to you. Don't worry about what my children are doing. Don't worry about nothing that's going on in my house. All you should be listening to is the words that are coming out of my mouth. And if you don't want to listen to that, then peace. Okay? Simple as that. You come back and you say something else, like I said, I'm going to put you on the block list. Because you're not going to disrupt and disturb these other people who are listening while you being a joke. May the angel of the Lord take out his sword and chase you into dark and dreary places for playing with God. How about that? Now I'll keep on moving on. And I don't mind addressing a demon. Y'all get it real right up over here. Because some people will try to type. And before you let your fingers type and I have to rebuke you, don't tell me to just don't worry about it. Just pass it by. Just let it be. No. Because you ain't going to let nobody come up in you and just slap your face. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to let nobody just come in and pull a gun on you and your family. You're going to defend him. You're not going to let nobody just walk up to you and attack you. So if you're not going to let nobody walk up to you and attack you in the natural, then don't expect me to do it in the spiritual, okay? I'm not going to let no power, no demon, no person, no nothing come up in my house and attack me. And this is my house. These platforms is my house. You do not get to come up over here and speak how you want to speak in my house. And I'm just going to allow you to do that. Because in my natural house, you could never come into my natural house, my physical house, and disrespect me. And I'm sure nobody could ever come into your physical house and disrespect you. People got this thing all the way twisted. That's what I'm saying. Religion kills. It does. Because he'll tell you, turn the other cheek. Where in the word do it say babysit a devil or play with him? Matter of fact, where do it say pray for one? I will wait. You pray for your brethren. That's who you pray for. Okay? You pray for your brethren. Those that do the will and hear the word is your brethren. Most people don't understand that Satan got children. That's why it's written in the word. I will put enmity between my seed and your seed. That's why Christ called him and said, you are of your father, the devil. Y'all better get this right. And that's who you see working and operating in high places, that this is a battle between good and evil. That man does not just wake up and say, hey, I want to just take out a whole nation of people. They've been trying to take us out for a cool minute. Ask Herod when he put out an order to kill all of the 2-year-olds. It's been going on. Why? Because they know who we are. We don't know who we are. And so you have a whole bunch of them in high places trying to annihilate God's people. Those are not right people. Those are not holy people. Those are not spirit-filled people. Those are not people that serve the Most High God. They serve a God, the all-seeing God. Baphomet, Lucifer, that's the God that they serve. So I don't see how we can believe in that and not believe in this. That don't make no sense. You have to be on a whole nother level of wickedness to demise and plot and plan to harm people, to steal from people, to destroy people. You got to be on a whole nother frequency. You got to be. You got to be on a whole nother level of evil, like never before, to be able to come up with the type of agendas that we are seeing unraveling before our eyes. And that's why the Father is saying, wake up. And the reason why my spirit was so sorrowful is because now when it's time to wake up, we ain't even got nothing to stand on. Is it a must to read the Hebrew Bible? It's not a must to read the Hebrew Bible. It's a must to read the Bible that you comprehend. Can I be 1,000% honest with you? Most people don't read because they don't comprehend. My mother didn't comprehend, so I said, look, Mom, read this contemporary English version Bible so that when you read the King James and you read the 1611 King James and you read the Hebrew book Bible, it'll all make sense. Read it at your understanding so that you don't be lost trying to understand the vowels and the this and, all these Hebrew words. And then you miss the message. You miss what you're supposed to get. So I take my Bible and I use it with the concordance, which is every word that is written in the Bible. Inside of the concordance is the definition is either in Hebrew or Greek. So the Old Testament definition will be in Hebrew. The New Testament definition will be in Greek. So that's how I read my Bible with my concordance, so I can get the true definition of what it is. And for anybody that may be offended with my daughters out there making noise, they are nonverbal for now while they waiting on the Most High God to give them total healing, okay? So that's how they communicate, by making noise, because they don't know how to articulate or talk. Very powerful women, revelation and redemption. But for anybody that got any questions and want to know why they hollering and falling out like that, she probably wants something and then they're trying to work a move on her daddy or something like that. And because she cannot articulate it, then she gonna fuss and do all of this crazy stuff. But hold on, I'm gonna go get her together real quick. All right, peeps. Hey, what's going on, Brother Calvin? You ain't missed nothing. I mean, well, you did. I mean, go back and catch the replay. I ain't gonna say you ain't missed nothing because I came by here real heavy on the sauce. Okay. Nevertheless, the reason why I'm here and the reason why I said I felt so grieved in my spirit is because we are the people that's supposed to be standing up, but we ain't got nothing to stand on. We ain't got nothing to stand on. And they want us to be so distracted with what's going on in the media with Trump that we're so distracted that these people over here to the left of us is plotting to harm us. They have our weaponry. They have our artillery. They have our clothing. They have our airplanes. They have everything. They have already infiltrated the United States. It's not a matter of do they need to come over here and actually do something to us. They already here. And I had a dream. And no, I'm not led by my dreams, but I pay attention to my dreams because that is how God gets a message to me when I'm too busy or too occupied doing everything else. And he's trying to get an urgent message to me. And the dream was just terrible. We was already invaded here in the United States. And they was going door to door, room to room, just confiscating people. And then as the day progressed, my spirit, it's just been heavy. And then he said, I want you, before you sit down tonight, I want you to read Jeremiah 21. And that just talks about no. Let me go back and say this so you can understand what I'm saying. When I said earlier that I was just like Moses, the people being hard-headed and rebellious, and Moses continued to go on behalf of the people. He was the mediator between God and the people. So when they were brought out of bondage, actually when they asked to be brought out of bondage, and then when they were taken out of bondage, they began to give the glory to a golden calf. They began to give the glory to Pharaoh. They began to give the glory to everybody else. And they started murmuring and complaining. This is where the fear of the Most High God came into me when I understood this passage. When those people started doing that, sounds familiar to anybody? Sounds familiar to anybody? You know how we do it. Get us out of a situation, we back murmuring and complaining. We want more. We never satisfied. We greedy. We don't want to obey. We want everything. We want him to come through for us. We want him to do what we want him to do when he want him to do it. And when he don't do it, we don't want nothing to do with him. You understand what I'm saying? We still them same people today. And so when they began to murmur and complain, it was better for us in Egypt. Did you bring us out here and didn't feed us? Murmuring and complaining. He told Moses, I'm going to kill them, all of them, for murmuring and complaining. And then Moses kept going in the face of God like, look, if you kill them, your name is going to be ruined because they God. And you said that you was going to deliver them. And it wasn't because he loved the people that he didn't destroy them. It was because he honored his word above his name. So that is why he spared them. So Moses kept going in between the people. Moses was so frustrated when God told him to speak to the rock. Obedience, he actually struck it because all they kept saying was, is there any water? God gave them meat. He gave them meat. They wasn't content with that. He gave them water. They wasn't content with that. He gave them manna from heaven. They wasn't content with that. They just studied murmuring and complaining. So out of frustration, this man strikes the rock and misses whole promised land. And so I'm like a Moses because the Father told me they're not going to listen to you. I'm going to allow you to feel how much I love them, the depths of how much I love them, so that you can continue the task. But they're not going to listen to you, Tawana. They're not, because they don't listen to me. That's the very first word he made me eat when I first gave my life to the Most High. I want you to get into the book of Ezekiel. Start right there, chapter 1, because I'm getting ready to send you to a hard-headed, stiff-necked generation, a rebellious nation. And they don't listen to me, so they ain't going to listen to you, but I'm going to set your face as flint. And you going to tell them exactly what I said. And he did just that. So I have been going back and forth. Father, come on, help us, Father. I see what's going on. First of all, I had to pray for the blueprint. What we going to do? Because all I've known is sectionating food stamps. I don't know nothing about leading no business. I don't know nothing about running no business. I just need to know what we going to do. And I need you to teach me. And I'm willing and I'm available for you to show me on behalf of your people. And so he did. And then he said, call him and tell him this is the way, after he showed me the way. And you know how many wanted to take the way, even still to this day? And he was like, I told you they're not going to listen. He's like, call them to prayer, because if they come together, he was like, everybody can pray. And I want you to understand this. I want y'all to understand this on tonight. I want y'all to do some research about who really started the revivals. I want y'all to go look and see who was William J. Seymour. Where did powerful moves of God happen amongst what people that made people from all over the world come to the anointing? I want y'all to go look that up. And this is the reason why we are most hated. And like I said, it's not about division, but we are his people. We are his people. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's why people have gone to great lengths and extents to try to bamboozle us, to try to change the imagery, to try to change the name. Great lengths to suppress, to make you don't know that you have a history, where you come from. Great lengths, and I mean great lengths, that they have gone to deceive us. But with the Spirit living in you, you can never be deceived. And no matter our rebellion, the Father has always used one out of the generation to stay in contact with him, to change the narrative. And so he's still chasing and coming after us, because we are his people. And so I've been going back and forth, and he's like, Tawana, leave me alone. They don't want me. But I'm going to let you see. Since you keep coming to me, I'm going to let you see they don't want me. And then I go out and I'm like, dang, why they don't want you like that? Like, you good. If y'all really understand who is sitting before y'all, you would understand. Like, I got dope boys and dope girls that watch me that I used to hustle and grind with. Straight get it out of the mud on a street corner selling much rocks. And they watch me and they know it ain't nobody but God. You was a whole murderer. Packed guns and some more stuff. You was crazy. They still, you was crazy. But they watch me and they say, you know what? I want to make it in. I want to be saved. I want to be righteous. Like, I see your life. And if he can do it for you, I know he can do it for me. And all we got to do is want it. Like, that's big. Because I got people that sing where I come from, that's watching me, even as I speak, and have been watching me and sing. You ain't never switched up. You ain't never, ever switched up. Even when we didn't like to hear what you were saying, what you said years ago, we see what you said years ago happening right now, and you ain't never switched up. And I want to be saved. That's big to me. All that hooping and hollering and doing that religious stuff, they can have that. When my light is shining, and my light is shining so bright that drug dealers and gangsters that I used to roll with can actually say, if he can do it for you, he can do it for me. That's mission. That's what I want to be doing. And tell me all the time, I listen to you on YouTube. I be like, what? Like, yeah, man, I got you on lock. I'm like, dang, okay. Like, yeah, I see you moving. I got to get with you on that land opportunity. I'm talking about dope boys, real in the street drug dealers. They want to try God. And you don't see me running around forcing my God on nobody, but I am going to tell you the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to let you know who you are. Whatever you do with that, then that's what you do with that. But I'm here to announce to you that I know who I am and I know whose I am. And in my kingdom, we ain't finna suffer like this world finna suffer. You best to believe like that. Why? Because we have taken the time to obey Yeshua and to follow in his footsteps to please our Abba Father. He said, I don't care what you got to do. I need you working and building on this. Did it. He said, I don't care what you got to do, what you got to give. I need you to take that from over there, and I don't need you to take a paycheck. I will provide for you. See, most people know, they don't know this. They don't know this. That money was not my money. So if you see this what came in, that belongs to him. Because he kept telling me to take it and do with this, and take it and invest in that, and take it and invest in that, and share with them how to do it too, and take it and invest in that, because he showed me in my mind that you cannot do it by yourself, that I have always called the nation to do it together. And that is what I'm calling for in this hour, the nation to come together and do it together. And I will preserve them in the place that I choose. So he uprooted me. Why? Because half of the people he told y'all to move, have y'all moved? Let's be honest. If he told you to move, you still trying to figure it out how much it's going to cost. Well, I don't know nobody there. How many of y'all, under the sound of my voice today, the Most High has told you to get up where you are from and leave? Most people won't do that. I did that. And that's why I believe like he could trust me with the situation. I did that years ago when he said, leave California and go to Missouri. No problem. Boom, we went there. Family talked about me, thought I was crazy. No questions asked, went there. That's where he started preparing me. That was my wilderness. Because that is where I seen that man was not in control of feeding my family and taking care of my family. I didn't have no resources, no food stamps, no welfare, no none of that. He fed me. Real talk. I had a real encounter with the real God. Me and my family. And he began to show me way back then when Jesse Ventura and I forgot what the name of that show was. Maybe it was called Conspiracy Theories or something. I forgot. But he started having me show what was to come then. Way back then. And then after that, after I left there, then he said, I want you to get up and I want you to go I want you to go to Alabama. We did that. See, he was preparing me for the time that he said, after my son died, I went back to California. I'm like, I'm going to bury him there. And that's where I'm going to settle at. And God said, not so. I'll let you go bury him there and let the dead take care of the dead and you keep it moving. Because then he told me to leave California out of comfortability and come to Dallas, Texas. I don't know if I got your email. You might want to send it back to me on my message. I don't know where you sent it to me at. But then I went to Dallas, Texas. He said, leave everything behind. I want to take care of you really well. How many of y'all he told y'all to leave and you ain't left? So Goshen is a place, and I'm getting ready to explain what Goshen is, okay? But it ain't Goshen, Indiana. Goshen is a spiritual place. But I'm gonna explain to you what Goshen is physically. But what it means what the symbolism between the spiritual and the physical. So he said, I want you to get up and leave. Leave your Section 8 behind. Leave your food stamps. Leave everything and go to Texas. When we got here, we didn't know where we were going. Up until while we was on the road, we got approved for an apartment there. And he said, only get it for 90 days because you're about to buy a house. And I obeyed. And still to this day, going on 4 years, I have not been able to step foot back in California. He said, I'm going to send you here and I'm going to build. And this is going to be your prophetic Goshen. This is going to be where I am going to rapidly increase you. And this is going to be where I'm going to multiply you. And if you think about taking that Section 8 with you, you're going to be in prison. Because what I'm getting ready to do in your life will cause for you to go to prison. You will be in prison for defrauding the system. So I let it go. Give them back their food stamps, because if you are indebted to them, they control you. Give it all back. Medicare, give it all back. Section 8, food stamps, all of it. Cash aid, give it all back. Right? So I did that. I didn't ask where the provision was coming from because I didn't have no provision. That's a big move. I took whatever I could and I did what he said to do. How many of y'all would do that right now today? Because those are the type of people that the Most High is looking for. And everybody don't want to do that. Everybody don't want to do that. If he told you to leave and leave and go, why do you need to plan it? He said, Abraham, get out of the land of thy kindred, period, and go to a land that I will show you. He didn't even know where he was going. He said, get out of the land of thy kindred and then go to the land that I will show. He didn't say, well, you know what? Pops is going through some stuff and, he got some illnesses or whatever in his body. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't move right now. He didn't say that. And that's why he went down as one of the greatest heroes of faith. Because when the Father say move, you got to move. He knows what's ahead and we not. We don't. Unless he gives us insight. And he has been giving us insight to what is to come. He said it in Joel, I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. So now everybody knows what's going on. Everybody would know. Everybody's eyes have been enlightened to see what's going on. And while our eyes have been enlightened, we have been sitting by, watching, and waiting, and thinking we got the answer. You don't have the answer. You're never going to have the resources to move until you move by faith. That's not how the Most High God works. Well, I'll move when you give me the money in my hand and I'll see the house. And that's not how he moves. Right? That's not how he moves. He moves when you move. When you say yes and you say, okay, I'm going to back up that yes and I take a step. You take a step and he take another step. And you take another step. It is in him that we live, we move, and we have our being. In him. He can't say 6 months ago, okay, get on over here to this city or get out of this city or you need to make this move or you need to start this or you need to do this. This is going to help you, whether you understand it or not. And then 6 months later, you waving him down like, oh, okay, I'm ready. He's already 6 months ahead of you. It's in him. We don't move behind him. We don't move ahead of him. We move in him. So because a lot of people did not move in him, his message is to me when I have these moments. He's like, okay, you tired of talking to them yet? Because they ain't listening to you. They don't listen to me. And that's why he took me to Jeremiah 15 the other day. He said, if Moses was standing here, I still wouldn't hear your prayer on behalf of these people. They don't want nothing. They hard-headed. They want more time to still be hard-headed. That's what they want. They want more time to still do what it is that they want to do. They want more time to still live comfortable. They want more time to still do whatever it is that they want to do. And that's what warfare is. A lot of people be trying to say, I'm going through some warfare right now. And when you say you're going through some warfare, you know what I know you're talking about? You going through your opinion and his opinion. That's where the warfare is coming in at. Trust me, it's not the enemy fighting you. You're not that big. You're not that important. The enemy only came to tempt three people: Job, Christ, and Peter. You're not that important. You're not that important, beloved. So it's not the enemy bothering you. It's your opinion waging war against the spirit. That's right. 2/3 not going to make it. Boom. There you go. So he's preparing me. He said, I want you to go read what I got to say to you. You keep begging me on behalf of these people. You keep asking me to give them time. They don't want it. You keep asking me to give them away. They don't want it. You keep asking me to have mercy on them. They don't want it. You keep asking me, but they don't want it. So now here's my message to you. I am going to destroy them. Here's my message to you. That if the heroes of renown were standing before me, I still wouldn't listen to these people. Let me read those two to y'all, okay? Because that's where he took me. I came to prophesy a word from the word. It's not my word. And some people be like, oh, that's Old Testament. Well, shame on you. Because the old and the new go together. How about that? The whole entire book. You can't please God unless you know about God. That's what really agitates me, especially when it comes to religion. When people first get saved, they want to say, okay, go read in the New Testament. Well, why did Yeshua even have to come? Why? This don't even make no sense starting right here. This don't make no sense starting right here. Why did we even need a savior? Why is all these bad things going to happen? Why is revelation even a thing? No, I need to go back to the origin so I know how to obey God. That's our problem. We haven't went back to the beginning to get to know him through his word so that we can obey him. We just jump right on over into the New Testament. Now we just, oh, grace, grace, grace. I'm forgiven. God will protect me. Not knowing who God is, his character, so that you can worship him in spirit and in truth, so that you know what pisses him off and you know what pleases him. Understand me? Then it'll make sense when you get to the new covenant. And they use this grace card like, oh, Christ came to die for my sins, and Christ came to do away with God's law. No, he did not. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not dishonor your mother and your father. Thou shalt not have any other gods before you. Thou shalt not covet, and so forth and so on. He did not. And Christ himself said, look, peep game, I did not come to do away with God's law. I only came to fulfill what was written of me. And give grace so you don't drop dead somewhere like they used to. Because it was my blood that I shed that mediates between life and death. That's what I came to do, to give grace and reconciliation. It's not a license to abuse it and to stay in your mess. So just like he told the children back then, he said, look, these plagues is getting ready to happen. Jeremiah 15 and Jeremiah 21. When you have time, read it. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it quickly. That's what I was supposed to be doing. So this is the message that he's given to me. Just so I know. And if you read 14, you'll understand 15. Here you got in 14, Jeremiah is pleading with the Father and wanting to know, like, sure, all these people died. Ezekiel the same. Man, all of you going to kill all your people? David, man, you going to kill all of your people? Innocent people that ain't even did that. So this is what the Lord said. Then the Lord said to me, even if Moses and Samuel were to stand before me, my heart would not go out to these people. Send them away from my presence. Let them go. And if they ask you, where should we go? Tell them this. This is what the Lord says. Those that are destined for death, you can go to death. And those that are destined for the sword, you're going to go to the sword. And those that are destined for starvation, you're going to go to starvation. And those that are destined for captivity, you finna be captive. I will send 4 kinds of destroyers against them, declares the Lord, the sword to kill and the dogs to drag away and the birds and the wild animals to devour and destroy. I will make them abhorrent to all kingdoms of the earth because of what these people have done. That was the first one. Second one, and you can go read it in its full context when you get some time, but today, still pleading. He said, okay, Tawana, I'm going to allow you to put a solemn assembly together again. See if these people really want me. See how desperate they is for me. You know, I had people say, yeah, I've already paid to do this. I have to go to work on this day. Yeah, that's not, I'm not going to be able to afford that right now. Yeah, I'll catch the next one. They had all manner of excuses. And he said, you see, they don't want me. I have allowed so much hell to break loose because before any great revival, I always allow judgment to hit so that they come running. This still ain't enough for a lot of people. This beast system being implemented still ain't enough for a lot of people. You're going to wake up and it's going to be too late. And I kept hearing that for 2 days. It's already a little too late. It's already a little too late. I'm like, what does that mean? Father, give us more time. And then when I got up today, he said, I want you to go read Jeremiah 21 before you even sit down. I am not going to hear your prayers on behalf of them. I am going to avenge them for their rebellion. People thought it was a joke when he sat me down here and said it before the pandemic happened. And millions of people died. I was telling them then, look, this is what Abba Father is saying. I never forget because I'm most disturbed by this one right here. There was one of my Hispanic sisters, real good sisters. She's like, what do I do? And I'm like, look, this is what the Father is telling you to do. You got to get. And she loved her kids. She loved her girls. She just, it was just her and her girls. She loved her kids. And you hear me speaking about her in the past tense for a reason. She loved her kids. I still can go to the message right now. She's like, what do I do? I said, this is what the Father is telling me to tell you to do. Invest in something for you and your children. She's like, I don't know. I'm going to go back to work. She's like, I got fired from my job. I got laid off. I'm like, okay. The Father wants you to stay home and build something for you and your girls. They are old enough. Y'all can do it together. That skill that you learned over all of these years working at your job, that's the skill he wants you. And get your daughters involved. The lady went back to work, caught the cooties, and she's no longer here. And the saddest thing that broke my heart is she wouldn't have been touched had she been in position. She went back into the workplace after she was told not to. And then her daughters was up there saying, Father, you guys please pray for my mama. Please pray for my mama. And I'm bombarding heaven at this point. I'm like, what's going to happen with her, Father? Because it wasn't just a fast thing. It was slow. I'm like, what you going to do with her? And the response that he gave me back was, I'm going to take her. She ran out of time. Same thing you told me about my sister in January. She ran out of time. If I spare them, they'd go back to doing what they were doing. Working for man and not working for me. And this is not the hour to be doing you and doing nobody else. This is the hour to be doing the kingdom. This is the hour for us to be doing what God has called us to do. And now many people want to do that. And when you are outside of the will of God, then you are under his chastisement. That's facts. You cannot pay me. When I say hear me clearly, you cannot pay me. People that came up against me, people that said all manner. I done had people walking with me that then walked off. You name it, I done been there and done it. I had to keep my hands clean because this is not the season for that. See, I experienced in real life, you know how they be getting on telling these stories that they had, near-death encounter? I didn't have one. I met him in real life, y'all. So much so that I have been on the straight and narrow. When I say that the fear of the Lord get inside of you, when I say that the fear of the Most High God get inside of you, it change your whole entire life. You ever have an encounter like that? The fear of the Most High God was put into me that day when I met him in real life. I met him in death and still got the scars to prove it. See, I was one of the worstest ones, I really believe. I think I was a heavy hitter on the satanic side. Murder is what I breathed, sleep, dreamed, because it's like if you bother me, I was so violated as a child that this monster was created. I'm like, if anybody violates me, anybody, kids, mamas, I'm taking out everybody. If anybody violates me, if anybody disrespects me, I'm taking out everybody. By this time, I'm a complete monster. So I'm doing the devil's work, literally. And there's things that I'm not going to share here tonight. But when I say I was doing the devil's bidding, I did the devil's bidding. But when I had that encounter with a power, and this is the reason why I don't play with Satan at all. This is the reason why I will cut Satan's head off, because I don't play. I don't care if he try to sneak in through a crack or a crevice. I'm not having that, okay? Because on July 29th, 2002, I had an encounter with God and with a dark force. I went in to have my son, the one that is now deceased, and bled to death and died. And remember what it was to take my last breath. Real talk. And I remember that my mouth could not call on God. My tears and only my heart could. And say, if you are real, help me. If you are real, let me live. And I remember that spiritual force. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I played with him. And this is the reason why you can't get me to play with him. Because I realized in that moment that all the things that he had me doing and all the wrong things that I have did to people, now he turned on me. And in that, it was a spiritual experience. I'm going in to have my baby. My baby won't come down. And this dark spirit is sitting on my chest, like in a choking motion, choking me. And all of my breath is being sucked out like that. And when I tell you that this thing was powerful, and I'm not glorifying him at all, it was powerful. I can only equivalent it to, it felt like 10 houses literally sitting on me that strong and pinned me down. And all I could say was, because I didn't know what it was. Never had that type of encounter before. but it was a very dark force, and my grandmother did teach me how to pray. So that's what I did. If you really real, save me. And 3 days later, I woke up. And I have never stopped running ever since that day. I don't play with the devil at all. Because I realized in that moment that you tricked me to do all of your work and then turned on me and came to collect my life. With 6 kids at that time. Didn't even get to fulfill my life. 22 years of age. It's just over with. Everything's over with. 22 years of age. And at that moment, I stopped playing with him. And then my eyes were enlightened to see how he is so deceiving. That he will tell you to go steal something out of a store and then allow you to get caught. You get caught, not the spirit that told you to steal. I can't serve nobody like that. Tell a lie. Now you done been busted. You exposed. Your family's all messed up and ruined. You know what I'm saying? Because you were under an influence of a demonic spirit telling you to do something that you know you shouldn't have been doing. And then that person knows that you lying to them and they leave you or whatever the case may be. Then disrupted your whole family over a lie that you was influenced to tell. Who would want to serve something like that? Look at what you got in these high places. We will give you everything that you want, but we're going to control you. We're going to control whether you get to spend 5 miles down the road, 15 miles down the road. We're going to poison you in the airways, poison you through the waterways. You ain't going to be good for nothing but to do what we want you to do. That's it. You're a slave. You're cattle. You come in here to make us some money. And then when you ain't no good, we just throw you away. Put you in something called a rest home. That is not the life we were born to live. And that life is going to get a lot of people caught up. When God sent the plagues on the Egyptians to punish them, because he said, my people are going to go back into bondage, into a spiritual Egypt, not a physical Egypt, by way of boats. But I will deliver them after 400 years. And you will leave captivity fully loaded. And I will be your God, and you will never be afraid again. And the oppressors that oppress you will become the oppressed. See, people don't understand that this is bigger than you feeling like you. Well, I don't feel like I want to start a business. Who cares if you feel like it or not? If God says start it so that he can preserve your family, then you should have started it. If he said write that book, you should have wrote that book. If he says learn technology or whatever it is he told you to do, move from that city, guess what? He knows what you don't. And because a lot of people do not follow what the Most High said, they think that, well, I'll just stay here and you just bless me like this. Well, we're under grace. Well, my God got me. So I'm good. And time is up for a lot of people. That's not speaking negatively. I'm one that watch my words. But the Father says, I do nothing in the earth unless I first reveal it to my servants. So I'm here to announce. Tomorrow is the first day of Passover. And he told me, Tawana, I want you to have this solemn assembly during Passover, because when Passover is passed over, then you're going to see things that you ain't never seen before. And I know that I'm going to see things that I ain't never seen before for the simple fact that they're planning it right now. When they tell people that their money ain't no good no more, the very money that people been working so hard for, the very money that people have been made their master, the very money that people can't let go of, the very money that people don't trust people with, paper, is going to be the demise of a lot of people. And it ain't going to be no good. And it ain't going to work anymore. So then people going to start turning on people. You think you seen riots and all of this stuff that they got going on with Donald Trump and all of this stuff and all of this stuff they got with LSU and all this other team and trying to incite all of this stuff? And you think that violence is bad now and that they didn't let all these criminals out and now anybody that don't have a permit or do have a permit can carry a gun? You don't think that it's about to get hectic when people can't eat? We know what our people do. For us, our people, we know what they do. They will steal from you, your own mama, your own daddy. But the word says that. The word says that, brothers and sisters, that mothers and daughters will betray one another to death. The love of many will wax gross. They're not going to care about no love. It's survival of the fittest. And you will be imprisoned. And you will be killed for my name's sake. Who's ready to live that type of life? And no man will be able to buy, sell, or trade. What are you going to do? See, because the Father told them, why I'm doing this on them, why I'm avenging, even though I let them take you into captivity for 400 years, now they finna pay me back for taking you into captivity for 400 years. And there is nothing and no one that's going to stop me. But what I'm telling you to do is to get to Goshen. That's a place that I have cultivated for you. That's a place where I will feed you. And while I'm touching their waters, your waters won't be touched. And while it is darkness on them, you will have light. I dare y'all to go read it. I'm going to be breaking this thing down. It said, and the Egyptians had 3 days of gross darkness, no light whatsoever. They said it was so dark, and it was not a real darkness like we think, like nighttime. They said it was so dark that they couldn't put their hand in front of their face and see their own hand. It was so dark that you could not see the eyeballs of another. And they were terrified to move from their places because of the darkness. But here you got in Goshen that all of these people over here, the children of Israel, they had light. Let me give you an analogy of what God is trying to do. You know how I can live in Dallas, Texas, and there can be a tornado outside of me, but because I'm in this house, I have some shelter, some protection. My neighbor's house can get its roof blown off. My other neighbor's house can get its roof blown off. But here I am. This is the only house standing. Why? Because I had protection, divine protection. That's what Goshen is. Divine protection, divine immunity. And like I said, I will be breaking it down. What is Goshen? Because he said, Joseph, go tell the children of Israel to get to Goshen. There is about to be 7 years of famine. And tell them to bring all that they have. Them, their children, their grandchildren, their livestock, which meant their business, the herdsmen, which meant their employees. Bring all that you have to Goshen. And there I will preserve you. There I will feed you with my own hand. But if you do not get to Goshen, you and all that you have will surely come to poverty. That's where I get the word poverty that you break down into its original terminology, Hebrew. And it tells you that poverty means to be disinherited by a spirit that comes to drive out its former tenants. It comes to steal your inheritance. It takes pleasure sitting in you, ripping you off and robbing you of your inheritance that you were given, your birthright that you were given in the spirit. To be fruitful, to multiply, to subdue, to have dominion, to replenish the earth. You will be ripped off of your inheritance. You will always be working under the curse of Adam. By the sweat of your brow should you eat. See, we in the kingdom don't work by the sweat of our brow. When he said do this, we did it. When he say do that, we do it. When he say give your money over here, we ain't talking about, well, that's my money, because it's not. I didn't come in here with no money. I'm a steward over what you gave me. Okay? I'm a steward. See, if I can't trust you with that unrighteous mammon, with man's money, then I can't give you real wealth. I can't give you land. I can't trust you with people. I can't trust you with resources. I can't trust you with substance. If you can't give me that currency, that paper, if I can't be Lord over that, then I don't want to be Lord at all over anything. And I will never trust you with true wealth. Never. I can never trust you with lives and souls and nations. I can never trust you with gold and silver and cattle. I can never trust you. See, he could trust Abraham, because Abraham, when he said go, Abraham went. Oh, I can trust you. You obedient. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. We need to get to Goshen. Spiritually, that's a place where you should be bringing your family to the Most High God. And this time, you definitely should be putting your money into the kingdom, not into the world. How is it that God gave us gifts and we turn around and take them gifts and we spend more time with our gifts in the world system? He gives us money. We take that money. We spend more of our money in the world system. We only got a problem when it say give to a cause, or give to a homeless person, or give to a kingdom initiative. We got a problem when it comes to that. But as long as you giving to R. Kelly, and as long as you giving to Bay and Beyonce, and as long as you giving to Netflix, and as long as you giving to these crooks, it's setting you up. They not scamming you. It cracks me up when people be like, you know, sister, the reason why I didn't get started with you is because I thought you was a scam. I laugh and then I hit them with this, but you getting scammed every day. You don't look at the other nations and say they scamming you, but because I'm the same color of you, I got to be scamming you? Is you serious? That don't even make sense. Who got your best entrance? Them or me? Because you know how they did us for, you think they got your best entrance? Try using the dirt that God gave us to build something on, then turn around and selling it to you or renting it to you. Matter of fact, not even selling it to you, because they redlined you from buying. They redlined you from buying. You don't even get good food. All the food in your area is rotten. You got to go all the way to the upscale area to get real food. And even that ain't even real. We don't put our stores in your neighborhoods because you can't afford our food. We give you Walmarts and Krogers. We give you food that's meat that's spoiled, and they didn't put fresh blood on it and makes you think that it was good meat. We having you pay inflated dollars for old food. Food that is not even good. Food that is not even profitable to you, to your body. And you got the nerve to call me a scammer. But that ain't no scam. I think it's a scam to actually set up a system to have people buy vehicles, charge them $40,000 or $50,000 so that they can ride around in style. You miss that payment because life happens, you lose your job, you get in a car accident or whatever, and you can't make your payment. And then 90 days, they can come repossess it. You done had it for 4 years. You done paid $400 every month. You do the math on that, okay? And all you paying on is towards interest, not even principal. and now they come and take your car from you, sell it, get it charged off, paid for by the Federal Reserve, and then resell it to somebody else and start the cycle on them. And meanwhile, you never own anything. Now that is a scam. That's a scam. A mortgage to make you believe that you own something. You don't own something. People be out here buying their houses and talking about, I own my house. No, you don't. You still paying rent. Miss that mortgage for a couple of months. They're going to foreclose on it and then sell it to somebody else. That's a dang on scam. Manipulation with the intent to deceive. That's a dang on scam. But somebody tell you to come in and invest in yourself and learn how to take your money and make money for you. Let's talk about the taxes. Let's talk about the taxes. You go do the work. Now check this out. You go do the work. It's not them doing the work. They pay you $15 an hour. They make $15,000 an hour. Before you even get your pay, Uncle Sam, who you ain't never met, who is Uncle Sam? Tell me, who is Uncle Sam? Have anybody ever met Uncle Sam? But if you don't pay Uncle Sam, you go to prison. Well, who is that? Have anybody ever been smart enough to say, who is Uncle Sam? He's an entity. He's not a human being. He's an entity. And you paying somebody you ain't never seen. That's a scam. Don't you think so? I think so. Why I got to give you a loan off the money that I have made? The time I invested, the time that I took from my children that I can't get back from their games and all of this stuff that got my family in turmoil because we can't spend time together. Got me and my spouse divorced because he got tired of me spending more time at the workplace or not spending enough time at the workplace while he's spending more time. Whatever the situation, you have ripped up and wrecked our homes. Who are these people? You don't even know who you paying. You just go along with the flow. Yeah, I better pay Uncle Sam. Instead of coming and educating yourself how to become a corporation and not a human being, so you can get treated like a corporation, because America is a corporation. Period. But if somebody come to you and tell you, hey, let's get situated so you can win, stop losing. Because I'm tired of seeing us lose. I'm a scam. You got to get skeptical on me. But see, this is how I always bust out the enemy. Notice the enemy ain't going to never attack you when you're doing something to sow into his kingdom. The devil ain't going to never attack you and tell you, you know what, don't go party. Don't go buy that bottle of Cavassier. You don't need them cigarettes. Matter of fact, he's going to push you so much. Ooh, if I don't get a cigarette, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to cuss somebody out. You understand me? He don't negate you from doing evil. He don't persuade you to not do evil. He'll convince you to take your rent money and go have a good time and then be homeless, worry about it later on. But the moment that you decide that I am going to break this, the moment that you decide that I'm going to invest, the moment that you decide that I may be afraid, but you know what, I'm giving it all I ain't got nothing else to lose, that is when the warfare is going to come in. And what is the warfare? The difference of two opinions. The right of your spirit saying this is what you should do, and that little demonic side of your spirit saying you should not. You're going to get ripped off. It ain't even going to work for you. You don't even know how to work a computer. You don't even like the way that she talk. He's going to tell you a whole bunch of stuff. You shouldn't give to that. Why did the church want your money? Well, hell, why did the landlord want your money? See, I believe that the church needs an enema because it's full of boo-boo right now. But I got to keep it solid all the way across. If this is the place that can't no building pay for itself, you can't go to no realtor and say, well, yeah, I'm the Most High, the servant of the Most High, give me that building. No, because the building is still in the world system. So you got to get in and get the revenue to confiscate that territory and land and put it back into the kingdom. The kingdoms of this world has become the kingdoms of our Lord. Period. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Taking dominion. And dominion and subdue means to bring the earth into bondage. To bring the earth into captivity. That you rule and reign over the earth and all of everything in it. See, God rules over the heavens. Man rules over the earth. The problem is we're not ruling because we don't know our identity. We're trying to serve everything else. Witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, sage, dream catchers. We're trying to serve everything else. The ancestors, everything else. But what rightfully works. You run up on me, I'm not waving and burning no sage. Period. I got a sword. It's called the Word of God. I'm going to use it against you. Animals, I don't care. Try to attack me. I'm using the weapon against you. My husband will tell you, all my family will tell you, I wish I would run from a dog. Why? I got power and authority over everything that creepeth on this earth. Everything. And I'm going to utilize it. And you want to know the reason why I'm not going down? Because them people don't control me. They control the world. I'm not a part of that system. When my daddy told me to buy gold, I bought gold. When he told me to buy silver, I bought silver. When he told me to buy land, I bought land. When he told me to start this, I started it. When he told me to learn this, I learned it. He said, I'm going to let you in a basement because there's a wealth transfer happening. I just need you to position yourself. You're talking about somebody who went and got their GED when my oldest child graduated. That's why he used me. Because I'm going to take the foolish things of the world. This lady with all these tattoos and all of this stuff all over her body, you understand me? Everywhere on the back of my neck. I'm going to take this lady with 9 kids. I'm going to take what looks impossible and make it possible. Not so she can just say, nanny, look at me. But so that others that's just like her, come from the same place that she come from, could know that all things are possible. That's why I'm going to take her and use her to show everybody, from the least to the greatest, that you can do it. Because it's not by her might or her power, but it's by his spirit. And I know that I can do all things. I know that what he said, I believe that, and I am implementing that, period. There ain't no other power. There ain't no other spirit. All them other gods is dead. That's why they got to be carried and fed apple juice and orange juice and chocolate milk, and Buddha got to smoke cigarettes and all of that. That is not the God that I serve. The God that I serve, he is alive and well. He don't need to be carried. He knows what I'm going through before I even go through it. He knows what I need before I even need it. He answers when I call. That God, the one that got power over those other gods. I'm sorry to say, them other gods can't help me. All other gods are sinking sand. All. And there's many in the world, and I ain't disrespecting nobody God, but your God and can't trump my God. And I'm telling you right now, the God that I serve is judging the earth. Family, please do not get caught with your pants down and your skirt raised up. This is not the time for you to be funking and indecisive and doubtful. This is not that type of time. You got to move, y'all. We have to move. Or you can roll with the flow or get rolled on. That's where we at. I want to say that to you all under the sound of my voice. I done told you guys, if you in or near or around Dallas, Texas, you should come. Because that is the place that the Father said, I am going to pour out my spirit upon my people that will come there. I'm going to mark them. And I had to go look up what Mark is, because I know he marked Cain. to be cursed. How would I be able to contact you? I'm going to put my email information here in just a moment. For those that are looking to connect with me, my email information is on the screen. My phone number is also on the screen. It's highlighted over here on YouTube and Facebook. I will put it here over on TikTok and here over on Instagram. The strategies he gave me, if we all came together, especially with the land, the reason why he called this town, this state, this city, said, they keep my morals here. And like I explained to you yesterday, they're not going along with it. This state was chosen. That's what I'm going to say. To be a lighthouse in a time of trouble because they have kept the morals. They banned abortion. It's man and woman. It's no surgery for your children to get the opposite sex. None of that. And they sure ain't going along with the centralized banking digital currency. They're going to use the currency that God gave us way back in Genesis, gold. So he gave me a plan. He said, look, this is how you build a community, because I don't never call one person to do it. I have prepared a place, and it's a place that is cultivated. Texas is so big it can house everybody in the United States inside of Texas with 1 acre of land. And everything here is luscious and big, and that's why they say they do it big in Texas. And I understand now, because they kept the morals. They didn't want to get in bed with the feds and start receiving funding. So years ago, when Nixon took away the dollar being backed by gold, they started putting money in gold into a bullion, a reserve. So he told me, go out and buy up all this land and build a community. People thinking, well, I just get a half acre of land or an acre of land. No, you get a community. And what kind of community is that? Faith walkers and also defenders. We ain't no murderers, but we defenders. And if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. Because Christ said, now that I go away, if you do not have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one, so that you may protect your family for the religious ones. And by all means necessary, we have a legal right to lay somebody's baby down in the state of Dallas, Texas. They can overcome 1 and 2 and a few, but they can't overcome a whole community. Everything is strategic. The same thing that he did for Joseph, he gonna do for us. When them stores close, listen, I need y'all to hear me. I need just a few people here to hear me tonight. I want a few people to go with me, because this is what he showed me. And I'm going to say this in a short form. When he sent a plague upon the land of Egypt, and he told Joseph, he gave Joseph a plague. He said, Joseph, go buy all of the wheat in Egypt. Joseph could have been like, man, you want me to take my money that I made from Pharaoh and go buy up all the wheat? Man, no, this is my money right here. I ain't finna do all of that. But he didn't. He obeyed. And then when the famine came, now the very wheat that he bought up so that they couldn't buy no wheat and they had no other choice but to come to him. Now he was in a position to get all of their spoils. They start selling their houses for food to eat. They start selling their oxen for food to eat. You talking about a wealth transfer? Like in a matter of everything that Egyptians owned became Joseph's possessions. And I'm just trying to tell a few people what the Father's getting ready to do for us. That's why I said we're not losing. He said, if you build me something, I will bless it. Period, Noah. Build me something that I can bless. If you ain't got nothing built, I can't bless nothing. This is the time for you to grind, Tawan. I want you to build it and I'm going to bless it. Go get that land and I'm going to tell you exactly what to put on that land. And I'm going to put you in an area where they don't have what you need. Now I'm going to make you global on top of that. Because there are going to be a whole bunch of stores that people will not be able to go into. And guess whose store they're going to come to? Can anybody guess whose store they're going to come to? because I heeded and hearkened to what God was doing in this hour and built a store. Guess whose store they gonna come to? See, it's not about me, it's bigger than that. There's some people that say, look, we're going to die of hunger, and I can't go in there because I know that I cannot take that mark to be able to go into there. I know I can't take that in my body to be able to go into there. So now they're going to come seeking us out. And guess whose stores they're going to be trying to come to? Guess who land they're going to be trying to come to rent to get to a safe place? And guess who's going to tell them and send them quite away? This is for the community that God has put together. This is a God city. Guess who land they're going to be trying to come and stay on because nobody will rent to them. Because they don't have certain things under their skin and in their skin. They can't eat. They ain't got nowhere to sleep. They can't work. Guess where they come into? Is everybody tracking with me? Do you see what the Father is doing? Because there are going to be millions of people that will not bow their knee to Baal and take that. And that is what is going to be needed to get their attention. If their loved ones can't go into hospitals because they don't have a certain something in their body, then guess who hospital they coming to? I'll wait. And we will have everything that we need in our community, in the land that allows homesteads, in the land that allows you to protect, in the land that allows you to grow and raise livestock. Where do you think they're coming? If they can't enter into the hospitals, where do you think these millions of people that's going to be cut off of Medicaid, where do you think these elderly people is going to be able to go to when they cannot get Social Security and it expires in 2024? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. So it's bigger than just positioning yourself. It is positioning yourself. We too caught up in the now. Well, if I take this, what I got right now, then I ain't going to have enough for this right now. Check this out. You ain't going to never have enough because it was meant for you to live just over broke. It was not meant for you to go build something and have an American dream with the white picket fence. That was the deception. It was a lie. But if you're in position and you got something to build, and you built what you were supposed to build, now you just wait on the harvest. See, that's what investment is. They want us to consume, but investment is, I'm going to go plant my seed and I don't got to stand there and watch the seed. Is it coming up yet? Is it coming up yet? That's our problem. We want everything overnight. Is it coming up yet? Is it coming up yet? A real farmer plants seed and go on about his business. He knows when to go back and when it's harvest time. You don't have to keep looking out there. Anything sprouting yet? Anything coming out of the ground yet? Anything coming up? No, he plants the seed in peace and leaves away in peace because he knows I got a seed in the ground. So I know a harvest is coming. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. I invested, so I know I got to get a return on my investment because I follow principle. And as long as the earth remains, there will always be these three things: seed, time, and harvest. That is a promise. As long as the earth remains, there will be a seed, time, and a harvest. As long as the earth remains. See, we ain't never been taught about that. So we always consume, and you don't get a return on a consumption. A lot of people is eating their seed. Seed is not meant to be eaten. It's meant to be planted. They eating their seed. When the Father said, I give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, that's why they ain't got food. That's why they ain't got enough. Because they eating their seed. Seed ain't meant to be eaten. It's meant to be planted. And as long as the earth remains, is the earth remaining? Is that a yes or a no? Is the earth remaining? I don't care what they doing in the earth. You want to know any secrets that Dr. T got going on? Because people like to talk. What's she over there doing? I'm following principles. If I showed you how many seeds I got in the ground, because what I'm sowing now will be for next year. I don't work harder, I work smarter. And what I'll sow for next year will be for the next year. I will make sure that generations of generations way that go down the line will not run out of money. And see, the strategy he gave me is that we all come together collectively and just buy the land. Now you own your land, everybody owns their piece of the land, and you didn't have to go out and buy no $300,000 some dollar house and get yourself in debt. That you can actually build 9 square foot home, 2,400 square feet home on a half an acre of land. If you went after the acre of land and return on the hospital, on the bank, on the school, and the grocery store that will be there in that community, and you start getting a percentage of that every year on top of the land that you appreciate, you and your family will never go broke. If y'all needed to run somewhere, at least we got somewhere that we can go that's a safe place. Even if I ain't ready to move now, when I am ready to move, I got something that's built. I got something that I sold that will forever reap me a harvest. You buy land one time, you reap forever. Hello, somebody. You buy it one time, it appreciates. You can take out equity. You can build on it. You can do whatever you want to. You can lease some of it out. You can get a half of an acre and then start putting some mobile homes. At least your family will be there. And now, whoever you want to be there, now you're making passive income and whatever. We're going to be trading in gold and silver here in Texas. Why Texas? Because California got a 15-minute city. Orlando, Florida got a 15-minute city. Ohio got a 15-minute city. Chicago got a 15-minute city. You don't go along with the narrative, you go to a 15-minute city. And that is not happening here in Texas. Period. Another thing I've been telling y'all is get into transportation. You got to set up something that's going to safeguard you for what's about to come. So instead of trying to go work at Macy's and become the next, senior executive, go start you a business, bro and sis. And get you a business in the industry that ain't gonna never go nowhere. Infrastructure and real estate ain't gonna ever go nowhere until this earth is done with. Transportation ain't gonna never go nowhere. You know how much money they investing in transportation right now to get self-driving vehicles because it's such a popping industry. Do you know that in 30 to 45 days, you can actually be in profit mode, $5,000 weeks, while you trading time for money for $400 weeks? See, that is what's going to set your family up. Now you at home. Now you can take your kids with you, your wife, or whatever the case may be, your husband. Now you at home. You wife is helping the husband by dispatching. That's one stream of income. Husband may be freight broker, and that's another stream of income. And then you got somebody driving the vehicle. It's another stream of income. And then if you want to teach people to reduplicate what you did, because now you didn't pave the path, now that's another stream of income because now you're a consultant. And then if you want to get another stream of income, you can sell that business that you structured, not a truck, but the business that you structured to the government. And that's another stream of income. Period. That's how you set up generational wealth. And that's what time it is. My time is up in 6 minutes. However I can serve you, I can, but I want to say this to y'all. My mouth will be silent soon. He's already pulled me from some platform, said don't even get back on there. You're done. Your time is up. You didn't told them, you didn't warn them, you didn't shout it, blow the trumpet inside the whole 9 yards. They don't want to listen. Now move on. If you are anywhere now near or around Dallas, Texas, and even if you're not, I don't care if you got to catch a train, a parachute, railway, it don't matter. Everybody, especially if you are Judah, you should be there. That's the place where he is going to anoint us, mantle us to possess the land. We're going to rid ourselves of any error, idolatry, wrongdoing. We are going to ask him to forgive us and heal our land. And guess what? He's going to do that. And then he's going to mantle us for the mission. A lot of people be thinking that I'm trying to sell them a service. No, I'm trying to give you access to the realm that I live in. See, a man's gift will make room for him and take him amongst great men. How did I get so much favor? I sold my way. Most people think that a gift means your singing ability or your cooking ability. That don't get you. I see people go on American Idol and get sent home all day long, and they got a good gift. I see people go on American Top Chef and they got a gift of cooking, and they still get sent home. It's one man show. It's only one winner. You got an experience, but that's it. Thank you. You are not the winner. And then you leave there feeling like doo-doo. That's not the gift that the Most High is talking about. And when I learned this principle that if I go to a bank and I say I need to speak to the branch owner, they may look at me crazy until I say I got $1 million check that I am obligated to give to the branch owner. I will not give it to the manager or a teller. And if he ain't here, that's cool. Then I'll go ahead and give my donation to another branch manager or owner that can meet me. They would sit me down, put me in my own private room. They would fly him on a private jet. I don't care if he was in Paris. He would be here. And I would be sitting there waiting. And they wouldn't let me. Why? Because a man's gift can make room for him and take him amongst great people. And then once I sit with that banker and I give him that $1 million, you think that he ain't going to give me everything? When I come in, I'll have favor. Whenever Miss Worlds come in, everybody serve her. Matter of fact, everybody can't even handle her. I want her to handle her, or him to handle her. Favor. A man's or a woman's gift, make room for them and take them amongst the great. You want to know how I got that? Tawana, you invested $50,000. I did. You invested $100,000 to go sit with somebody. I did. Because who they know, now they can turn around and say, hey, put Dr. Tawana on that platform. They got 1 million people, and boom, overnight, I'm an overnight sensation. If I'm paying $97 and I get what everybody else get, I can't expect nothing different. But when I pay you $50,000, I'm showing up. And one play from you could make me a millionaire overnight, a billionaire overnight. Take me all around the world overnight. Because my gift made room for me and took me amongst great men. That's a secret principle that I don't tell a lot of people. 2 principles that I'm telling you right now. I don't take all my money and sow it into the world. I'm a regular smuggler. That's why you had this bozo over here talking about, yeah, I see you shop at Dollar Tree. What's wrong with Dollar Tree? But you ain't seen me there. You a lie. But I don't have no problems with Dollar Tree. When I'm ready to go do some parties or something, some events, I go to Dollar Tree and I shop. Because I don't got to have all of that dumb stuff. I'm rich in assets, not in dollar bills. That's why the dollar bills is dying. I've taken their money to get me some for me and my family. That's the name of the game. You smell me? You took from my family. You took from my ancestors. It's only right that I go back in and get what's rightfully mine. And if I got to get dressed to go get it, then so be it. I'm not just going to sit around and let y'all keep it over there just because I don't want to get dressed and I don't want to learn how to read and I don't want to know how to research. No, I'm going to go get all of our stuff. And I'm going to keep coming back, getting more, and keep coming back, getting more, and keep coming back, getting more. The wealth that you think you stored up, it was stored up for me. Thank you for being a gatekeeper. Now I am here dressed and ready to collect my spoils. Thank you. That's just what it is. And that's what time we're living in. So I'll say this again. Do I have in-person trainings? I do. I do have in-person trainings. In-person trainings are going to be different than virtual trainings in prices. Because I'm going to make sure that I take care of you. When you come out here for in-person training, I'm going to make sure I put you in the best. I told everybody, you want to come to the Prophetic Birthing Chamber Wealth Encounter and then come VIP style, I'm going to make sure I put you in a really nice place. I'm going to make sure I go above and beyond. So you're going to have a whole experience. I don't want you to come. What's the difference between PF Chain and Panda Express? An experience. Same food. You can go to Panda Express, you're going to get a styrofoam box with some chopsticks, fake chopsticks, and a fork, and some soy sauce and a fortune cookie. But you go on over there to PF Change, you're going to get a whole experience. The bag is an experience. The way it's boxed up is an experience. You're going to get an experience. And that's what I learned. That when you invest in you, and you treat yourself like the best, everybody will treat you like the best. I'm a king's kid. I'm royalty. I'm an heir. I don't live like a peasant. Being homeless and in poverty is me living beneath my means. I don't live like that. I don't take no for an answer. You can't tell me no. You know who my father is? My father is the King of Kings. Your business will go out of business telling me no. You don't have permission to tell me no. And if you do, then you're going to deal with my daddy. I'm an ambassador. You know how they treat ambassadors when you come from one country to the next? We living beneath our means. And the Father is trying to call us higher. And he's trying to establish us. The very people that's been done wrong, he's showing up for them. And you know what the saddest part about it is? You done gave to everybody else, but you ain't got enough for yourself. That's the number one thing I hear. I just can't afford it right now. I ain't got it. I'm like, this is the greatest time for us to move. And now you can't even move. There's nothing for you to stand on to move. How is it that you've been serving everybody else and you bankrupt for you? That's crazy. You've been sowing your time and your talents and you ain't got enough for you. You can't invest $97. You don't got $1,000. You've been laboring and toiling for years and you ain't got $1,000 to invest in you. You ain't got $5,000 to invest in you. That's robbery. Who thinks that that's not robbery? I like for you to think tonight. All the stuff that I did, whether you went to school and got degrees and you owe student loans and you owe all of this stuff, but you ain't got enough to invest in you when it comes down to you. Well, I ain't got enough because I got to pay my rent and I got to pay this bill. I got to pay this light bill. So you always on the back burner and they families is living the life that they were born to live, that they want to live. How does that feel? How does that feel? That you ain't in no position to help you. So who gonna help you if you're not in a position to help you? And then they be coming to me like, Dr. T, you can give it to me for free. No, I cannot. They don't give you water for free. They sell it to you with their label on it. Why do I gotta give it to you for free? What, because I'm brown? That don't mean nothing. I had to pay. I had to pay. I had to pay, and it wasn't a payment, it was an investment. I had to invest in me. I'm giving you an opportunity to invest in you because I had to invest in me. And when I decided to invest in me, that's when I was able to actually get what I had rightfully coming to me. When I saw the value in me. When I saw the value enough in me to invest in me, that's when I was ready for success. That is when I was ready for elevation. When I started taking my money and invested in them, I don't know when the last time I bought clothes. When I go buy clothes, I buy clothes for a whole year so that you don't see me in your stores all year long taking up my money. You get one shot. That's it. And I'm going to wear these clothes and then I'm going to give them to somebody else and make me some room for some more. And then I'm going to go back and go shopping once a year. That's it. You got systems out here, y'all, that can make you millions of dollars. I showed y'all last night how you can pay yourself $19,000. I think total I did a 4-hour workshop and I was on 2 hours, 8 hours for $19,000. How much do y'all get paid for 8 hours of your time? And that's not to brag. That is not to brag. That is to let you know that when you start making them type of investments, then you can start attracting those type of deposits. When you start making those type of, I don't know if this person is watching right now, but I'm gonna say it anyway, in case you catch the replay. I was in my kitchen, and that's where a lot of times where I'm cleaning is where I can hear clearly. So it's like, you pay attention that this person always, like, they cannot elevate because this is what they're accustomed to. And I got to be real with you. When I only wanted to give like $30, $2, $10, then I received a return in the hundreds. If I gave like $20 or $30 and then somebody would come and just bless me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was on my heart, $100 bill. I'd be like, dang, when I'm gonna get 1,000? I need like $1,000. I heard the Spirit clearly say, when you invest 1,000, see, you giving dollars, so your return is gonna be dollars. When you give hundreds, your return is gonna be hundreds. When you start investing thousands, then your return will be thousands. I was like, really? $1,000 sold, $1,000 got $10,000 back. And then when I sold $50,000, I got $350,000 back. I was like, oh, I'm on to something. He who sows sparingly shall also reap sparingly, but he who sows bountifully shall reap bountifully. Oh, okay. That's the principle. And there's this one person I always send these little bit, and right at that moment, the Father said, that's why they can't have elevation or growth or expansion. They're comfortable with that right there. And that's the reason why I can give more. Because if I give more, you still going to be here with this 30, 20, 10, 3, $2. But then you go sit down and eat a meal and they be like, that'll be $80. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, here, man, let me leave you a tip. You want God to give you millions and you ain't ready for millions. You still mismanaging dollars and hundreds. You'd have a fit if he told you to give 10,000 to further his cause. If he tell you to bless that homeless person, put him up in a home that you got it in your bank account. I can't do that. I don't know them. I don't know why they got in this situation they got in. Maybe it was because they mismanaged it. So, yeah. So basically, now that you having a hissy fit, I see I can trust you. Next. See, this school, you don't just get to upgrade without passing tests. And giving will take you before great men and cause favor to come upon your life. I'm no different than nobody else, but I'm a giver. And I just started giving like this. I've been homeless before, so anybody that needs help with their rent, I'm going to give. That way, in my time of need, when I need help with my rent, because we all be up and we all be down. Then I got enough seed in the ground that I'm not going to lose my home. I got enough seed in the ground. Another thing I do, I make sure people eat. Why? Because if I ever get hungry, I got a harvest coming in that area. When he told me to give up my food stamps, I didn't know how I was going to buy food. Buy food with cash, that was foreign to me. Never had to buy food with cash. Unless it was a restaurant that I wanted to eat. When I say they lavished me with food stamps, $800, $900 food, we had food, baby. We had so much food. And I got so comfortable with them food stamps. I didn't think it would be possible. And then I had to start buying weekly. We'll buy this for this week. We'll buy this for this week. Buy this for this week. Then all of a sudden I went up in there one day. You're like, yeah, I'm going to get $1,200 worth of groceries. My husband was like, you got 5 baskets? Yes. And then that turned into, okay, we're going to do $1,500 worth of groceries. We're going to make sure we got our stuff in bulks. Let's go buy some electrical burners. Let's go buy some blackout for our windows. Now we got, because I had to trust. But I continuously give. My credit score and my down payment didn't get me in my house. A $132 seed that I sold for me and a $132 seed that I sold for my husband. And named the seed. This is for our house. You told us to move to Texas. This is the seed for that house. And when we got here, they could not deny us. We needed the earnest money. And right at the appointed time, they released the taxes. That's how we got the earnest money. And then we went from paying 0 rent to paying mortgage. And it wasn't no little dollar. But when I was consistent in that and trusting him every month to pay during the pandemic where people lost their homes, every month he provided. And he said, yeah, I can trust you. You want some more? Yeah, I'm ready for land. Okay, cool. I can trust you. And that's what they looked at. The history, the stability, the discipline. And then he was like, I can trust you with more. I know that you will not withhold your money from me because it's not yours. I know that you will not withhold your life from me because it's not yours. I know that you will give to who I say give to. I know that you will say what I say. I know that you will do what I tell you to do. I have no other choice but to bless you. You forsook all. I got children that live in California right now, grandchildren. I can never leave my kids. That's you. I can, especially if he tell me to. Nobody comes before him. Husband, wife, kids, nobody. If you want to use anybody, use me. My life is not my own. Use me. If you need a vehicle or a vessel to put in the earth to spare your children, use me. And that is what I have done. And that is why I'm showing up here, y'all. My time is up. I'm going to let y'all go. If I can serve y'all on any land opportunities, and if you wait and you sleep too late, then you just miss out on the opportunity. I just gave y'all in short form what the Lord is doing with us and what we are doing together as a community. The goal is to get as many people in the community so we actually have our own city. But we're going to start where we at. You want to get into any of the courses that I offer before I take them away. And that will be soon. And then you will be too late. We already almost too late. In July, the Feds is going to roll out and implement their centralized digital currency. That's why Florida is trying to ban it from coming to Florida. That's why they're telling you that your money won't be good. That's why they're going on the mainstream media saying, uh-oh, this is trouble. That's why Don Bongino, go look on there. Fox News, all of these people is frantic now. They're running. I can't believe this is an atrocity. Now you got Saudi Arabia saying, look, I'm not producing no more oil at all for the United States. So, them oil things that he shut down at the beginning of his presidency, they just said that gas is going to go through the roof. Meanwhile, I'm in groups that buy oil in stocks, because that's where he placed me. My gift made room for me to be amongst people that know what moves to play, and I'm trying to take some of y'all with me, because that's what he wants. I would like to know about the classes you offer. Email me. Let me put my information in here. I will email you a list. I would send y'all to my websites, but I'm going to tell y'all right now that on my website is regular price. And then people be like, well, I can't afford that. So when I come here and I'm speaking to y'all, I do it discounted. And what most people don't know is we work behind the scenes manually to serve everybody. I have $1 million machines that make me money in my sleep. So whenever anybody signs up for my high ticket offers and whatever I'm offering, and emails is already sent, the machine just does what it needs to do. But when I'm coming here to meet my people where they are, then I offer sales to make it affordable and doable for you to be able to get into. Other people won't do that. They be like, you ain't got 50,000, and come back when you got it. You ain't got 25,000 for my mentorship. Trust me, I done been in them. They're like, you ain't got it, you ain't getting in. We don't feel sorry for you. We don't care about your sympathy story. None of that. If you ain't got it, then come back later when you got it. And hopefully the prices still be the same, because we're always evolving in our business and we're always scaling up in our business. Okay? But I'm going to put my email over here on TikTok as well. If you want to connect and find out more information, I'm going to say this: don't waste my time, because I'm a builder, okay? A lot of the times when I come out here and explain to you exactly what it is. There ain't no punches pulled. There ain't no secrets behind the scene. I come here and I sit here. I've been here 2 hours and 18 minutes explaining what it is that we're doing and why. So when you call me, don't call me. I don't want to hear about what grandmama and them doing. I'm a builder and I'm in building mode right now. All I want to know is if you're ready to build. And if you are, then let's get you started. If you have questions about different opportunities, then don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will answer your questions, but I will only give you 15 minutes for free. Time is not on my side. Every year that I turn an age up is a year closer to my expiration date. I don't have time to waste on people. And I do not waste my time on insignificant things. I'm a problem solver. So by you coming and saying, hey, I got all these problems and can you have me? Listen, I'm a problem solver. If I can't solve your problem in 5 minutes, then I can help you. So ain't no need for me hearing about daddy and all. That's wasting my time. If you're ready to roll, let's roll. If you want to know about the opportunities, let's roll. Okay? Hit me up for that. How can I learn about the community in Texas? Email me or call me. The information is on the screen. If you email me, I can't promise that I'm going to get right back to you, but I will get back to you ASAP. Okay? So, I want to say that. I love you all. That's why I showed up. Only God can confirm you how much I love you. This task has not been easy, and I keep on saying it's not easy, but it's worth it. What about a consultation? And it ain't about family, it's about business. So it's calling you better. I will give you 15 minutes for a consultation. Yeah, that's free. That's complimentary. That 15 minutes is complimentary. After that, we on the clock. And that just eliminates those who want to come and tell me that they whole background. Do I teach land flipping? Yes, I do have a spot available, and I tell all of y'all that's under the sound of my voice. I told people, use your credit cards. That's other people's money. Use your 401k. Use your IRA. It doesn't matter. I have a spot, and I don't know if I'm teaching this again or if it will go into a clinic, and then it'll be at a different price, like $15,000, $20,000 different. I'm having a buy dirt and turn it into dollars, buy land, build houses. Most people don't know that this is bigger than real estate. It's no maintenance, it's none of that. And if you guys want to learn how to buy land in areas and build houses on it so that you can get in passive income or either build something for you and your family, then I have a course that I'm offering for $1,000 to 20 people. And that's going to come with everything you need to know. The best parts of land, where to buy land. If you want to buy land in Texas and build on it, we got builders, how to do it, how to get funded for it, the whole 9 yards. It's valued at $20,000 for 20 people. I'm going to give it to you for $1,000. That link is in the description. We do have a few opportunities on the land investment. I already told the Father, if I got to do it by myself, I will. It really don't matter to me, but then y'all gonna come back to me and gonna have to buy or do business with me when you can actually be in partner with me and do business with me. Okay? Where you can just let your investment grow, grow, grow. Take your money. Take their money. Okay? Take the money that is of something right now and turn it into hard assets. If you don't, it won't be no good. And you will have no other choice but to go along with the flow. And that's going to be a bad thing. And maybe that's why I've been weeping all day, because there's a lot of people that's going to do that. And he's already showing me that it's a lot of people. There are those that are destined to death. There are those that are destined to starvation. There are those that are destined to the sword. And there are those that are destined to captivity. I didn't say that. He said it. I'm just really trying to sound the alarm and say, don't let it be you. That's it, folks. Because by all means necessary, it's not going to be me. Y'all reach out to me, okay? Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. I'm going to keep on reiterating that because I done had some crazy calls today. I'm going to listen. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. If I can help you in any capacity, reach out. I have lots of programs that will benefit everybody. I was that serial entrepreneur that had all these programs and things in my head. And once I learned how to build out one, then I knew how to build out everybody else. Dr. Tawana, I'm 100% Monarch. Let's go, sister. When you coming? I'm most excited about that. Can't wait to show that business bestie and the Monarches. I done already showed them. Now they finna run the play. And something special about my Millionaire Monarch, if you want to know how to make millions using this AI, when I tell you can write stories, when I tell you, and I'm not a big old fan of AI. I'm not the one of the two. I'm not being a part of the B system, but why I have an opportunity to use it to get the monies that I need to turn it into hard assets, why the Father is giving me the grace to do it, I am running it up over there. Do you understand me? I got platforms for y'all. I got covers on magazines. You understand me? I got so many different things for y'all. I will take you further, faster, accelerate it. I got people waiting on the platforms for you. All I'm saying is let me teach you what to do so you can do it. It's that simple. You're going to pay me to teach you, and you ain't going to pay me excessively. I could be charging you $25,000 what this program costs, but I'm not. It's a $5,000 investment. I'm already running you a play. Send you back to go get you 25,000, 30,000. Sister Cassandra, let's go. Congratulations to you, boo. This is one of my clients right here. Did I give you some game that made you a little bit richer, Sister Cassandra? Yes or no? Did I give you some game to change your financial forecast? Did you invest a little bit of something and got a harvest back from it, and now you can just scale up? Yes or no? I got students live on this bad boy right now. And I know because we just celebrated her victory, her win. She is bona fide, true, and ready to go. And she wasn't playing no games. There you go. Yes, yes, in all caps. And anybody on this bad boy that I have served, I serve well. And I'm going to give you some play that is going to enrich your life and change your financial forecast. That's what God sent me to do. I felt the need to come by here and say that. And I really feel the desperation. Thank you, Brother Marquise. He's another one of my brothers that know I got the juice and the sauce. God gave it to me. And I am an ambassador. Me showing up to you was sent by the Father. Because he don't want none of us to perish. None of us. And I will say this, that every single one of us that comes to meet the Most High God this weekend, and he said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. I didn't see him show himself. It's not about me. That's why I told those who don't like me, come. I don't care if you don't like me. You can not like me when you leave. Come and meet the Father. He's going to do something miraculous for us. He promised that to me. He has never lied. He has never failed me. Every single one is life-changing. Every single one. But this one is going to be on a different level. What I have on me, you're going to have on you. And you ain't going to have to pay the sacrifice that I had to pay. You ain't going to have to lose no child. You ain't going to have to do all of that. You're going to be mantled for the mission. You know how Elisha asked for a double portion? He put it on me. Now it's my time to pass the baton. And all the other handmaidens that are coming, I'm telling you, it's going down. Not because we own no program. We're not. We're going to let the Most High have his way, and he's going to bless his people. We are just, that is free. That is free. If you want the VIP experience where everything is paid for you, you actually get the prophetic presbytery with the whole entire speakers panel. You know, those people, midwives, that's what I call them. I say speakers because that's what y'all know them by. Midwives, those that have been assigned to help you push. Wherever you stuck, wherever you have been bound, if you have been harboring unforgiveness, you getting free and you getting mantled. And when you leave that place, you will be on fire to do what God has called you to do. And not only that, you will be anointed to go get what God has told you to get. The event is free. Unless you want the VIP access. I just told my brother last night I haven't really even offered the VIP access. But you stay in a mansion. Your meals is provided, your transportation, and then you get that one-on-one. Proximity is everything. Free come with limitations. But proximity is everything. Your girl, Dr. T, is going to spend one-on-one time with you. For those that invest in themselves, they will definitely get whatever the Father has all of us to release to you. That's what you get for the $1,000 VIP. You can't go find no hotel and no food and your transportation and the solemn assembly and everything that you gonna get for no $1,000 in this day and age. But we just figured we bring in a few people, allow them to have that experience. That's when I broke poverty off my life, when I saw something different. And I never looked back. I was like, I want this. This is what I want. Poverty was not what I wanted. That's why I felt trapped and hopeless and depressed and oppressed and suicidal, real talk. That's why I felt like that, because I was living beneath my means. And I wasn't living the life that I was born and purpose for. And it wasn't until I got into that environment and the Father began to show me what I have for you and how you got to get around other people that have that. It's tangible. Energy is tangible. Proximity is powerful. So that's what I got for y'all, okay? I love y'all. If ain't nobody told y'all today that they love you, Dr. Tawana love you, and that's why I showed up. But if they have told you that they love you today, then let me add a little bit of extra love. I believe in you. I know that you can do all things if you get up and you be unafraid. If you be unafraid, and if you need somebody to walk with you, I'm here with you. I got you. If you need somebody to show you how to do it, I got you. That's what I'm here for. I'm doing what a waiter do. And what waiters do when they waiting on folks, they serve them. Hello, somebody. I'm waiting on my Father. But while I'm waiting on him, I'm serving. And that's what I come to do, not sell you anything. I come to serve you. So with that being said, hopefully I can serve somebody tonight. Who going with me? Let me see your hands in the chat. Who going with me? If I was sent here for one tonight, my mission was accomplished, right? If I was sent here for one, then my mission was accomplished. I just want to know who's going with me. Make me know that my time is not in vain. My labor is not in vain. If it's just a one, my mission is accomplished. Who's going with me? Brother Elijah, you said, well, hello, sis, let's go. You know, Elijah, you know that you were called and chosen for such a time as this. Let's go, Sugar Hill. Let's go, W. Silvers. Let's go, King of the Weights. Let's go, T. Williams. I love you, Sister Jill. All praises and glory to the Most High God. Let's go. If I'm here for y'all, then let's go. Let's get in on this land. I want what the Father's doing for me, He's going to do for y'all. Let's get in on this land. Let's go, Sam. Let's go, Yola. YOLO be real talk. Let's go, Kimber J. I want to ask you guys something before I go. And you're under no obligation to do so whatsoever. But I want to challenge you by faith. And I want to see the Most High do a miracle in your life. By principle. There's a family that reached out to me. That's a young lady who's been in an abusive situation with a drunk husband. That's what I will say. She put it out there, so I'm at liberty to say that. Her and her children are living in a hotel, and she's trying to get from one state to the next to get her kids. Her grandfather was her care provider, and he passed away from cancer. We always got an opportunity to extend our hand and to grow what we have in our hand. I don't know if y'all know, but during Passover, that's when a lot of miracles happen, spiritually speaking. The water being turned into wine, the people eating the 2 fishes and 5 loaves of bread, those miracles happen during high times. So we want to be a miracle in somebody else's life. And whenever the Lord calls for us to be a blessing and a miracle in somebody else's life, guess what? He's trying to get a miracle to us. Because he knows what we have is not enough. And I know that there are a lot of people that do wrong things to people in his name. I'm not one of them. I know that y'all know that I don't need your resources. I'm here to build with you, not build off of you. I'm not the same. God knows I'm not going to take nothing from nobody. I'm too afraid of him. That encounter that I told y'all about got me fearful of him, to disobey him. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I missed the mark a lot. But you can't pay me to play with the Most High. Deliberately play with the Most High. So we want to be able to be a blessing. There's another couple, young couple, with a mother that just got from under the freeway. We helped them move into their place. They have absolutely nothing, no blankets, no pots, no pans. We helped them move in with their first month and their deposit to get them off the streets. So I want to be able to raise something up for them on tonight. Or if you don't want to give into them and you just feel led to give, and it's only for those who feel led to give, then what I do know is that the Father will give it back to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Will men give into your bosom, and you will see the return on it this week. And I decree and declare that to be so, because I have been given the authority and the ability to do it. Father said, those who bless us, we will bless them. So I will bless you and bless your seed to come back 100-fold. Whatever you are lacking, whatever you don't have enough in whatever area, that miraculously you will have it. Money will show up in your hand. Money will show up in your bank account. Whether it's your loved one need to be saved, I don't know how he would do it, but I thank you for doing a miracle for them. Whether it's financially, whether it is physically, whether it is emotionally, whether it is deliverance, whether it is making a way, whether it is keeping you in your home, whether it is keeping your lights on, whether it is providing food where you don't lose food and you don't go hungry. However, I want to make sure that these two families see the hand of God. Okay? So I'm going to put my information on the screen. If you guys would like to give, by the way, we are, and I only say this for this reason, whenever we are raising funds for people, because we can't do it all by ourselves. So he always calls the body to do a work. But whenever we are raising funds for the people, let me explain to you why I'm going to give you my cash app. Because we've been doing this since 2006. So I'll give everybody that person's cash app. And I had one woman was like, I didn't want nobody to know that it was me. Pride or whatever the case may be. I don't want nobody to know my situation. So that's one reason why we don't expose who they are. I learned the hard way because we've been doing it a long time. Another reason why I don't do it is because we had that person give their cash app to one person, to the person that, hey, this is their cash app. Y'all go and dump their money. And then they went back begging days and days later. It was a whole gentleman who was on drugs. I did not know at the time. He failed. He was not on drugs when we gave it to him, but he failed and started harassing these people, their cash apps, asking them, for payment requests. Who y'all think that come back on? Me. My name is attached to that. So I'm the middleman method. You send it to me, I'll send it to them. They not coming back around here asking, can I send them more? Not at all. Not unless the Father tells me to do so. What we raise is going to be enough. Okay? So that's the way it goes. I keep your information safe. I keep their information safe, their identity. God gets the glory. Okay? So I'm going to put the information here, and that's the reason why I'm putting it here. And if you feel led, I thank you, Brother Marquise, and I do ask that the Father will give you a 1,000-fold. Y'all check in with me on tomorrow, because I'm going to break this thing down. Good night, you too. Got to hit these folks. Y'all got to hit these folks. All right. All right, Sister Sam. Let me see, what is it? I'm coming, Redeem. Y'all don't send nothing to PayPal if y'all have to. I'm going to put this information up here, but I'm not fooling with PayPal. PayPal has stolen a lot of people's money. But I'm going to put it up here in case you need to use it. But they are out here stealing people money, and that's why they're going down. Period. Let's see. What is my Venmo at Dr. Tawana? TAWANNA. And then I got Zelle. So if you want to give to these people, what I do know is that whatever you give to them will be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall men give in your bosom. In the way that we all in a crisis right now, and we need to be taken care of from on high. We need the kingdom of God to actually provide for us because this world is not. Then we definitely want to give something for God to work with and for something to bless. Okay? So, dang, I copied it over here. Now I got to type it over here. That sucks. Hold on, y'all. I got to think about it all over again. Cash App. And then I just want to pray with you guys that are giving to these people. These two people. Cash App. I hate PayPal, but look, I'm telling y'all over here, if you need to utilize it, then it is what it is. And then I got Venmo. And Dr. T. And then Zelle. All right, it's there, y'all. In case anybody feel led, okay? Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for your time. Like I said, if ain't nobody else told you that they love you, I do. What number do you use for Venmo? You see it up here, sis? It's right here on the screen. At Venmo, you just use a Dr. Tawana. It's a capital D on the doctor and then a capital T on Tawana. If I have to inbox you, then I can for the number. I don't want to get my number out over here. Gwendolyn Steen, I'm working on it. Let's go. Whatever you got to do, by all means necessary. What I'm giving to y'all is go get it from them. You got a credit card, use their money to make money. That's what I do. I use other people's money to make me money. The acres that I got, send business credit, business name. Can I show y'all how to start a business, get some business credit, and go buy some land? Y'all playing with me. Can I show you how to create a trust? Put your LLC under it and live your life tax-free. See, in my Millionaire Monarch, I got a whole entire crew that's getting ready to come in and teach you about trust and LLC and how to live tax-free. See, that's not in all my other groups' contracts and all that. That is in my Millionaire Monarch. I just thought I'd let y'all know because we finna do that after this weekend's event. I was gonna do it this Friday, but I'm not. If you guys want to know a little bit more about government contracting, I'm having a complimentary workshop where I'm going to show you all the money that's available to you, how to go get it, the whole juice and the sauce, okay? Dr. T for the conference, can I cash app you for the VIP tickets? You can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Telling you, Brother Marquise, tell them they better get in that group. We're going to live different. We're getting to Goshen. And the Lord said, in Goshen, I will rapidly increase you, multiply you. I will make the enemies that thought to do something to you cry and loathe you. How much is a ticket? What ticket, brother? So if you come into the prophetic birthing chamber wealth encounter, I'm telling y'all, don't miss this. 2 years ago we did one. I don't do them often. So don't think that you can come to the next one. And I have not been released to live streaming. If I do be released, I will. But I haven't been released to live streaming. But to come to the event is free. If you want to actually participate in VIP and let Dr. T take care of you and then spend some time with you, then you can definitely pay for VIP. I'm so far away out there, tickets virtual. Get here. I don't care where you at, as long as you ain't across the country. As long as you ain't across the country. Some things you can't get virtual through the internet. What the Father's going to give you is going to be tangible. That's what I do know. What the Father is going to give us is going to be tangible. I'm in Dallas, Texas. That's the place that He chose us to have this assembly. Okay? It's a mantle here for you. That's what I'm going to say. And you got to come put it on. Can't get it through the airways. It's a mantle here that has been, that is handmade and custom made with your name on it. And the Most High want to set you on fire and send you back so that you can blaze trails and do what it is that you've been called to do. Everybody that comes to that place will be filled and mantled. And you will be mantled for the missions. Last time I was going to name it Mantle for Millions, because you're going to be mantled. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to be mantled for the mission. All right? That's what He promised. That's not what I promised. That's what He promised. Every person, boy, girl, man, or woman, He's going to set us on fire, because now is the time. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Now is the time. And He's going to send us back ablaze. And ain't nobody going to be able to put us out. You're going to do things in supernatural, record-breaking speed. You're going to learn things that you need to learn, and you're going to execute them. And then you're going to see. Okay? But in that Millionaire Monarch group, if y'all want to do millions on that note and just say, do millions, then that's where you're going to get a lot of me. I always give them crazy, stupid game in that group. That is the group that I absolutely love. I love all my groups, but that's the group that I absolutely love and love serving in. And I give them all the juice and the sauce. I got receipts. Trust me. I got receipts for y'all right now. Hey, I got with you, Dr. T. Got $25,000 in 10 minutes. I got receipts. So you're going to get your money back. Okay? With that being said, I am out, y'all. Now I can go to sleep and rest peacefully, because I did what the Lord told me to do. And that is invite you to meet Him, because He wants to come and meet you. The Lord wants to come and meet you. The earth is groaning for the manifestation of the sons of God. It is time for us to rise. He wants to give it to us, but will you make yourself available to receive it? Well, why I got to come to Dallas, Texas? Why did that man have to go to the River Jordan to dip in it? Why? Because God said that's where His healing was at. That's where His breakthrough was at. That is where His deliverance was at. Contact me, Brother Norman. I got you, okay? I got you. All right, y'all, I'm out. Love you. God bless. See you next time. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, so at least you're prepared. If you can't come, at least you know what to do behind the scenes. At least you know what the Father is saying and what He's promising. This is our prophetic Goshen. And I want to tell y'all this. I didn't know until I got to Texas and I seen the news talking about there was going to be like some gusty winds in Goshen, Texas. I'm like, wow. It's 45 minutes from me, from where I'm at now. How ironic is that? I ain't never heard of a Goshen anything. I'm from the West Coast. There ain't no Goshen over there. Oh, it's a Goshen like in Las Vegas. But to be that close to prophecy is amazing. And I want y'all to come on down here and get what God has for you. That's all I want. That's it. Come give me a hug. Let me hug you. Let me pray with you and for you and your family. Let me see God do amazing things in your life, because that's what I wish above all things. And then let me help you when you go back on fire to do it. Listen, I'm the woman for the job, okay? Peace out. Much love. You can call the number on the screen, okay? Make sure you call me. It went crazy on the badges. All right. I see y'all. 4 badges. Father God, I just want to tell you thank you right now. That you are a man that keeps your word, and you are a man that never changes. I thank you for your principles. I thank you for your love. I thank you for everything. I thank you for the love that you have for us. When we forget you, you don't forget us. Father, there is not enough words to say thank you. There is not enough words to say thank you, Father. How good you've been to us, how gracious, how merciful you have been to us. And even still, you still don't want us to perish. Father, I pray that you open doors, that you make paths, clear paths, and make ways for the sons and the daughters of you, O Abba Father, to get to the place that you have predestined for us to meet you. And I thank you for going before us and meeting us there. I pray a hedge of protection around everyone that sowed a seed on tonight. I thank you, Father, for the 1,000-fold anointing, just as you anointed Isaac in the year of famine. Father, just as in the Psalms where you say you would give it to us 1,000-time increase. I thank you for that 1,000-fold anointing on every seed that was sown, whether it was through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. Thank you that you are a God of miracles and that you are alive and well. And sometimes when we can't trace you or track you, you are still there, ever ready as a present help. Some of us have been delayed in obeying you and delayed in our obedience. But Father, we ask that as these seeds go in to sow for other people's breakthrough and other people's faith being increased and other people's needs being met, that not one of these people up on here that gave on tonight will ever lack or beg for bread. I don't care what famine is going on, you will feed them by your own hand. And that you remember their seed as you remember Cornelius' seed. And not only their seed will actually be a preservation for them, but that their seed will be a preservation for their family. I thank you for giving them the faith to do so on tonight. Father, I thank you for a divine portal being open over their finances so that they have the resources that is needed for now and for later. And that you would give them strategies and divine tactics on how to maneuver in this time. And Father, I thank you that everybody that is going to travel to the place that you have called for us to come to, I'm so grateful, Father, that you didn't leave us hanging. Even if you said this was it for us, at least we came and got it right with you. We would accept that because your judgments are fair and your judgments are good. And we don't deserve your mercy. We don't, but you give it to us and we're grateful. We will not abuse it. I thank you, Father, for blessing the work of their hands. I thank you for giving them the power to get wealth. I thank you for favorable settlements, commissions. I thank you that they will find property that belongs to them in their name. I thank you for an abundance. If their loved ones need to be saved or delivered, I thank you for doing that. If they need breakthrough, if they need a reversal on a diagnosis, I thank you for doing it. Father, you said when we have been delivered to go back and give the offering that Moses told us to connect it to our deliverance. And they just connected their seed to what they're believing you for. And I'm standing in agreement. I'm touching and agreeing And I will continuously keep them before your throne until you manifest it. May you give them a 1,000-fold anointing on this seed tonight. 1,000-fold anointing tonight on this seed. So if they sold $1, you give them back 1,000. If they sold 100, you give them back 10,000. 1,000-fold return on their seed tonight. And I decree and declare it to be so. Hallelujah and amen in Jesus' mighty name. Also, Yeshua HaMashiach is his name, also known as Jesus, but we'll take that. He still answers to that. I love y'all, and I will see y'all, and I bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his countenance upon you. May the Lord be gracious and merciful to you and your household. I love you because he loved you, okay? And I will see you guys next time. Very excited to get started. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you. Let's go, Sister Gwen. Let's go. Period. Get her done. I cry when she hugged me. It's a trap. Brother, tell them these hugs is full of love. I'm telling you, I just want to hug my people. That's it. I want to hug my people. I want to see God do something so miraculous in your life because he's done it in mine. And he's no favor, no respecter of person. He's done the unthinkable in my life. Every day I'm in awe of him moment. I used to eat out of the garbage can, y'all. I used to wash with socks, not bath rags. Yeah. Now I could say standing on that dirt was something different. I came from the dirt and I used to feel like the dirt growing up, and now I got dirt. One thing that I know is that my kids will never, ever, my kids and my grandkids will never, ever be poor. That's, I don't know. I get lost for words. I really do. I get lost for words. I just want to share him and his goodness with y'all. That's it. All right, peace out. I'm going to leave y'all alone tonight, for real. Been here 3 hours. Y'all owe me some nails when I want to get my nails done. Y'all owe me some food when I want to eat. You owe me a new wig when I want to switch it up. Just know that y'all owe me, okay? All right, peace.